Wow. Get in here. Get in here. Everybody get in here. Okay, listen. I told you we were coming back in July. I just didn't tell you how. But listen, we have a special show for you today. I'm super excited for you guys to get up in here and get into some things. And you know how we give it up over here on the Armon Wiggins Show. We're really going to get to the root and we're really going to get into some things. And so with us today, okay, we have none other than the baddest bad girl herself, okay? The iconic, okay, NATALIE NUNN in the building, okay? And we are going to be asking her all things, okay? Bad Girls Club Oxygen, Baddies ATL. We want to know about the Baddies, the Bad Boys Houston, Bad Boys Atlanta. What happened at the auditions? We're getting into it all, okay? We're getting into the controversy, child. I want to know, is the Baddies franchise NATALIE Nunn's? Is it her show? Are these other girls just ensemble members? Okay. And we get into it. And we also are going to talk about her 10-year anniversary to her husband, how she's battling, how she's balancing motherhood and working. We're also going to talk about her lash line. And so she's a woman of many talents, many abilities, and many businesses. And so we want to know how she was able to parlay Bad Girls Club, Oxygen, all the way into, you know, being a reality star millionaire, you know, and icon, and still being able to create spaces for younger generations behind her. So I think this is going to be a super dope conversation. And towards the end, obviously, we will ask some questions to the audience. But I'm super excited that NATALIE Nunn is in the building with us because there's a lot to talk about. A lot of people have reached out to us. I've even reached out to her in the past. And she doesn't do a lot of interviews. So the fact that she's coming here today means a lot for me, and it means a lot that I can share this with you guys as my audience. So I'm super excited. So without further ado, we are going to introduce the baddest bad girl, okay? Executive producer of Baddies ATL, of Baddies Season 1, Baddies Season 2, Baddies South, and Bad Boys LA. All right, Miss NATALIE Nunn. Yes.
Hey.
What's going on? I was going to say a cuss word. I was going to say NATALIE fucking Nunn.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Yes, thank you for coming because, girl, I know you don't do a lot of interviews. I know you be too busy.
No, I've been passing on interviews. I don't got a fucking extra minute in the day, but I got one for you today. So cheers.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Okay, we're going to get into some things today. First of all, can I just shout out to the background? It looks really, really good. You look good. Are you at your house? You're in the Bay right now.
I'm finally home. And before we say the Bay, because everybody always wants to make sure I'm correct, I'm in the Sacramento area. I am from the Bay Area, but I am in the Sacramento area at my home. Yes, after I saw you this past weekend and the weekend before, I finally made it home. I haven't been home since February, to really be honest.
Wow.
Only came in for a few days, left. I've been really having my family fly out, and we've been doing family trips and stuff because I've been on the road. But yeah, I'm home.
You're home. And yeah, you know what? It was just so good meeting you over at Hollywood Unlocked at Jason Lee's award show. That was super dope.
That was fun.
Yeah, you were super sweet, super nice. I was like, we're doing the interview. You was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. That was good meeting you. It's been really good connecting with you via social media. And you know, it really resonated with me because you know I'm from the Bay too, but I always have to do the disclaimer because Stockton, Manteca is not technically the Bay, but you know, when you live in the Bay, like you just kind of move around, so you end up in the outskirts, but you really start in the Bay. So I just say the Bay because everybody doesn't know the other area.
They get mad when you're from the Bay, but you're in another area, and they're like, "That's not the Bay." So I'm clear. We're gonna clear everything today. You're right. Okay. I'm in the Sacramento area, but born and raised in the Bay Area. Born at Stanford University in Palo Alto.
Oh, really?
Yes. Went to high school in the Bay Area. Went to elementary school, middle school from the Bay. Okay.
Wow.
Spent weekends in Palo Alto at my grandma's house, in Oakland at my daddy's house. I am from the Bay, but yes, I live in Sacramento, everyone, the outskirts of the Bay.
Okay, Sacramento, but I mean, it's still the Bay. You know, from LA or anywhere else, it's still the Bay. But shout out to Palo Alto. I was born in Walnut Creek, but girl, we don't need. But we don't need to go all the way down there. But all right. So let's just talk about it, because let's talk about how NATALIE Nunn became Natalie Nunn. Let's start from the beginning. Bad Girls Club.
Okay,
Season 4. What happened? What year was that? What
okay,
tell us about it.
Let's go there. So originally I went down to LA for college. So I was heavily involved in track and field, and I was a soccer player. So out of high school, I was the #1 recruited soccer player in the country. And I signed with USC. So I went to LA to play soccer and run track at the University of Southern California. While on campus, I was in school with Rob Kardashian, Spencer Pratt, who was at the time, they all just got into the reality world. So I had a few classes with Spencer. I became really cool with him and Heidi. That's why still now to this day, I'm like this with them. But they were all at USC. And I had a big personality, besides the fact that I was known on campus for, being an athlete. They would always say to me, like in class, like, girl, your personality's too big. Like, because I wasn't a class clown, but I was the Natalie that you guys see. So I was like loud or outspoken, and in class, like, what? We got a homework assignment. Like, I was always like being funny, but like, So then they all, Rob and them would be like, you need to go to, because at the time, well, still, Kardashians was filmed by Bunin Murray Productions and Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
Bad Girls Club was filmed by Bunin Murray Productions. So Rob was like, man, you need to audition for that new shit that they got over at Bunin Murray Bad Girls Club, because you always do it, turned up, and I was like, wow, what that is. So anyways, a summer came by. I was home from school, and I was done, and they had an audition in the Bay. And I was like, let me pull up, right?
Yeah,
so I auditioned for Bad Girls Club. And then it was a long process. Like they would call me back, then I wouldn't hear from them for like 2 months. And they call me back, then I was basically casted for the show. And it just so happened that season 4, which was in 2009, was in LA. I said, oh, we back on my motherfucking turf, baby.
Then it was I run LA.
I run LA. Y'all ain't even gotta worry about that. This is my city.
Listen, and then people loved or hated you on that show.
But the thing is I really was like already established in LA because I was a soccer star. I was already out. I was besties with Lyrica, Megan Good, all hanging out with Raven Simone. I was already in the room because of the life at USC on that campus as an athlete. We were very connected with the Hollywood. This was the time when Reggie Bush was there and he was dating Kim. This was Paris Hilton dating our quarterback, Matt Leinart. This is the time when the athletes at USC were literally like their own little stars. Okay. And so I came back like, yeah, bitch, what's up? I run this thing. What we doing? So that's how it started. And it was the day we moved into the house, mind you, remember when we were at Hollywood Unlocked's party?
Yes.
That was my anniversary of moving into the Baddies house. The day Michael Jackson, rest in peace, Michael Jackson, he died that day.
Wow.
So our house in the hills in Hollywood it was not far from UCLA. And that's where he was at the hospital. There was helicopters all over. So we had to push our filming day one day because we literally, the sound from our mics were just picked up by helicopters all over the houses. There was helicopters everywhere. So that was our anniversary, the day I met
at the Hollywood Unlocked Awards. Wow. So I'm sure that felt real surreal to you. Huh? That really felt surreal to you. Like, do you ever
I don't post it, but yeah, that's a big anniversary for me. Like, that's when basically the first day I filmed, I moved in the house in my little pink shirt with my white earrings on, my flower earrings, and I moved into the Bad Girls house, and that was the very first time I ever walked foot and filmed a show and all that. Yeah.
And your life changed. Like, that's huge. That's a big deal. And how many years ago was that? I mean, I'm not mathematician.
13 years.
13. And here we are 13 years later, and you're still as relevant as you were then, if not more. Now, producing your own Baddies show. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. So after Bad Girls got canceled, or how did it get canceled? Like, what happened? Did they just decide it ran its course? Because I feel like I stopped watching, for me, after the Victor twins. I think that was the end for me, and I just kind of grew up and I started doing my own thing. I don't remember.
Right.
But when did it officially end?
So here's the deal. Over the years, I grew up too, but what we're not going to do is just throw a franchise that I felt was, I mean, bad girls will never die. There's not a good girl show for a reason. People love it's like a Marilyn Monroe days. Like bad girls are always within every single one of us. Like we're all some way live out loud, some kind of a bad girl, some kind of a boss, bad bitch. And I felt like when Oxygen decided to go into a crime network channel and there was going to be no more any of my BGC sisters working alongside of Oxygen, I was kind of like, damn, I went on to keep working because a bitch, like I'm from the Bay. I'm going to be 10 toes down. I'm going to go out there and get mine. I'm going to eat no matter what. And so I went on to do other shows, you know, on Lifetime, on WeTV. Some of the other baddies did Bad Girls as well. I went overseas and did Celebrity Big Brother. That was when I went overseas in 2018, 19 and did Celebrity Big Brother. I said, okay, we gotta, because they barely really wanted a bad girl on that show. And I was like, after I was done filming, I was very close with the production team. I said, you need to get another bad girl in here, Tanisha, or you know, they were like, no, you know, everybody was like, it's just really weary of working with, they're scared, you know. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, we have one of the biggest franchise. We started all this shit. All the throwing the drinks and fighting, and I know it's ratchet, but that's what the people want to see. We are the blueprint, okay? So you're not just gonna throw us away, disposable. We're not disposable. You're not gonna just be done with us. Yeah. So for years, though, we go back to 2011. I wanted Bad Boys Club. I personally was pitching Bad Boys to the networks. Oh, you were. And I shot my own pilot that even though I had other bad girls come on and help me do the judging, I paid for that in DC. And I paid for that pilot and I tried to get it picked up. And I wanted the bad girls to keep going. But Oxygen was like, oh, we're going to go into a crime network direction and we're no longer going to really need any of the bad girls. And so that went on for a couple of years before I kind of put my foot down and was like, nah, bro, we still finna be lit. Like, no, like, we finna find a home for us to go to. And now all these streaming channels are popping up. And I had a connection at Zeus, a dear friend of mine from many, many years from LA, since I was 18 years old, was like, I'm over here at Zeus. What do you got? Any ideas? And I said, the bad girls, but something with bad girls, something with baddies. And I started pitching ideas. They weren't biting at first, but I kept boom, 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 knocking on the door. A year went by. They had China. They had Jocelyn. They had a couple other shows going on. And I was like, no, boom, 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 boom. Let us in. Let us in. So that went on for a year of me having back and forth meetings. And then we finally found our slate, a time spot, and we got our opportunity.
Okay. Now, before that, now I had heard through the grapevine, but I know you guys definitely did it. You guys had BGC OnlyFans. Now, a little tea is they said that Blueface started his Bad Girls Club, and you were like, hell no, Blueface is not about to take our shit. So let's get some bad girls. So let's get some bad girls together and let's put on our own shit. So tell me how Bad Girls Club OnlyFans happened.
Okay, so I decided that as well. So I started asking some of the bad girls, do you guys want to do like a bad girl OnlyFans so that we have a platform? It's already a platform. We can get us together. We could like rent a house. I rented the house. I got the girls together in Atlanta. I was the one who did that. We got together. We started promoting it a little bit. Some of the girls were weary because they did. You know, a lot of the girls, like myself as well, we've grown up. We have business. They want to promote other things. I respect that. But at the end of the day, we know what people really want to see. And so I started asking girls that per se don't always get along or have had BGC history. Some of the girls didn't like that. They really wanted to do like a kumbaya thing. And the person who, I'm going to just be real and transparent here. I don't really have to lie. I don't have to. Yeah. But I reached out to Tanisha first. And then I started reaching out to the other girls. And Tanisha was like, no fighting. No, we want good girls. Let's do a vacation type of show. She wanted to wait months to try to get people to sponsor it and pay for it. I said, bitch, I said, I'll pay for the house. I'll pay for it. Let's go. All of this waiting for you know, a network. They're not gonna, like, we've already been on TV. If they want to work with us, they can Google Tanisha. They can go to our YouTubes. They can see what we are about. Like, we're not gonna wait. Like, I'm ready to go. Tanisha.
So it's safe to say that you are the one who got these girls together, and this
Absolutely.
was your idea. Because some of the rumor is that this was a collaborative effort,
no,
and everybody was putting money in on this.
No, that's a lie. Absolutely a lie. Once again,
okay.
Natalie Nunn, got all the girls together, got us down to Atlanta, and then before we left, the ones that said they were going to be a part of it. In the midst of the OnlyFans, Tanisha and I fell out because her idea was a completely different idea than mine to move forward with this. She did not want to do. We started beefing on the internet. People thought it was fake because Tanisha's so fucking over animated and does all her. Oh my God! Yeah. She didn't want to do any of my ideas. So I said, okay, well, we move right along. I'm not waiting. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, what do we need sponsors for? Like, what are we doing? So we're going to wing it. We're going to go. We're going to get.
Meanwhile, Blueface has a whole show where girls are beating the hell out of each other.
It wasn't even that. Just Blueface is literally taking our fan base because I started seeing our BGC. We have BGC fan pages and they were changing their names to Blueface fan pages. So the fans wanted more. And they basically said, well, if the girls ain't gonna do anything, we're just gonna switch it. Like, they started just flip-flopping going over there. I was like, no, fuck that. Like, if this thing over here running it up on an OnlyFans thing, y'all, let's go. Get up. A lot of them don't want to get up. A lot of them don't want to get up. They don't want to work. They want to wait for something to fall into their lap. I've never been like that. That's why there's a very big gap. Respectfully. Because I will get up and I will go. And if I have to put my own money to get there, to do it, to make it happen, let's fucking go. Like, what are we waiting for? So I started moving with it. And when we get there, or before we got there, I told them, I have also reached out to the Zeus Network. They're going to come to Atlanta to film a conversation with us because there was an offer on the table with me and Tanisha because of all the OnlyFans drama that was online. They offered Tanisha a check and they offered me a check to do a conversation in Atlanta because they thought she was going to come down and do the OnlyFans, but she pulled out and got all mad at me because I wanted to turn up and party. It's COVID. I need my mat. All this crazy shit. Okay. So we all go forward and do it. But Zeus, you know, they come with like 30 people and a whole product. They rented out a house already. She didn't want to sign the deal on the last minute. I already signed mine. It was locked in. They were coming. So house was rented, the camera, everything was happening. So I told the girls, look, we have a deal online. Do you guys want to do the OnlyFans? It would just be like, because all of us didn't get along. I think it was Rocky, it was Jada. It was already a mixy cast because we were trying to do something with OnlyFans. So, and we were. And so we get this deal while we're there. And the girls start saying, you had Zeus coming to try to take this idea from us. Like, first of all, this is my show. This is my show. None of you guys even gave a fuck about doing this. If you guys want to do the conversation, Lemmy's going to come, sit down, talk to you guys, and we can go from there for the conversation. So Lemmy came in and offered them all. There was 5 of them. Tanisha's check, which was a nice amount of money to them, because this is a big part of it, because they all tried to say I ripped them off.
And took $5,000 and gave them $1,000 each.
So no, that's not.
Because I heard that one too.
No, well, let's not talk dollars. I already had my deal locked in because the other person was supposed to be Tanisha in the conversation.
Okay.
So Lemmy said, I will give you guys Tanisha's share of the money.
Okay.
And me and Tanisha were getting the same thing.
Okay.
So she said they all took it.
Okay.
Happily took it and came to the set a day or so. We had filmed for maybe like 5 days, and then we shot the conversation in Atlanta, up in the mountains in a hill. I don't know where the fuck we were, and we shot the conversation. But Lemmy said, however the conversation did, it will determine if we want to move forward with you guys coming. Baddies, because I had already had a meeting with them. They all knew I was having meetings with Zeus. I was posting at the Zeus offices every day for months saying I want bad girls, because it was no surprise. It was no like Zeus came out of nowhere. I had been having thousands of meetings trying to get us at Zeus. So then he said, depending on how the conversation goes, we will decide if we want to do a Baddies show at Zeus. It was not depending how the show goes, the conversation goes, you guys will be on the show. That no network is going to just randomly say, however this goes with you girls, all of you, we're going to move forward. He didn't even know these girls. He had just met them in Atlanta.
Okay.
So, but he knew me. So,
because you had a mutual friend and you were already connected with them already, because your friend works there too.
Overly mutually a friend. One of my closest friend of mine with Elijah Kelly, Brandon T. Jackson, Daryl Farmer.
Went to school together and all of that. Yeah.
So I already, if the show did well, NATALIE Nunn was bringing Baddies to Zeus.
Okay.
Baddies is NATALIE Nunn's show. I just did not want to call it like Jocelyn's Cabaret or the Black China Show, because we have a lot of licensing deals on the table. And maybe in the future, if I decide to just be exclusively behind the scenes and be an EP and head of Baddies and creator of Baddies, I don't have to be on camera. So it's called Baddies, and wherever the fuck we're going or whatever the fuck we're doing, it's Baddies.
Okay, so let me ask you about that, because that's interesting, because we Christina, you know, she was supposed to be on Baddies 2, and she was on Baddies 1, and she was actually a part of the OnlyFans. She's been saying that she was actually credited as a producer on Baddies 8.
I gave her producing credits.
Okay, you gave her
1.
and
I gave her NATALIE Nunn.
Okay.
Not trying to sound like, but it is my show. I gave her and I gave Sarah producing credits because they were the only bad girls that were on the conversation that were coming on to Baddies ATL. So I said it would only be fair, because they already participated in something, to at least give them credit, you know, from coming from the first thing to this thing. And then Tanisha, last minute, about 3 days before we left to go to Atlanta, her team had contacted Lemmy. Lemmy had been on the phone with her like 3 days before. He said, I know you and Tanisha have been going back and forth online. I know she was mad and didn't want to do the conversation. That caused a big ruckus in Atlanta. We had to use the other girls. Would you think twice about giving Tanisha some? Because she said, I'm only coming if I get what NATALIE's getting credit.
Okay.
Executive producer.
I could see that.
So I said, for sure, like, bring her on. Like, I'll give her the EP credit. Tanisha's been in the game with me for a long time. We used to do a lot of stuff with Oxygen together. We've worked together for over 10 plus years.
And she's one of the more memorable ones with you. Like
exactly.
Exactly.
And all that's going to do is bring more, you know, it's going to bring more power to the show with her name. My name. It's going to be great. But unfortunately, we did not see eye to eye on the Baddies ATL show. You know, it was, again, the same thing, which was our arguments before, why we didn't end up doing the OnlyFans thing. We did not have the same, and God bless Tanisha, she's a sweet girl. She really means well. I don't have anything really negative to say about Tanisha. We've had a few conversations in the last couple of months about, you know, like,
because I'll be honest with you, Baddies ATL wasn't my favorite. That show was a bit boring.
Because there was a lot of people, I gave too much credit to other people who were able to kind of, you know, say, no, let's do this today. No, we're going to do that today. And no, this is what I want. And I kind of like put my guard down, and I wasn't the boss that I really am. I allowed people to chime in and say, you know, let's all do this, raise your hand. And, you know, no. So Baddies South, nobody's on there. Nobody is getting credit. I'm the sole person with the Zeus Network, Mr. Plummer, Daryl Farmer, and Ashley Washington, and Mark, and LJ, and the people of the team. I just got sick of going back and forth with the girls and then continuously being the bad guy when we wouldn't even be here. Like, we wouldn't even be here. This wouldn't even be, we would not be here at all.
Because the narrative online, I'm just saying, do you believe that, you know, the big thing is NATALIE Nunn is a narcissist? You know, do you believe that is the case because you have Christina. She's saying that, you know, she's the founder of this show and was one of the creators of Baddies ATL and the Baddies franchise. And so that's why I want to make sure
I just gave you the exact rundown of how it all went. I contacted every single one of these girls. Nobody was doing, not to say they weren't, like, I want to be very correct with my words. It wasn't that they weren't doing anything, because obviously we're all alive. God bless all of the bad girls. We're here. Some of them are doing music, some are doing YouTube stuff and running, like, you know, online businesses or whatever they're doing. So I'm not taking from anyone, but nobody was trying to bring back anything that had to do with baddies and give everyone a job. I came forward, had unlimited flights from the Bay Area down to LA with my own money, banging on the Zeus Network's door. I was calling these girls, reaching out to ones that I don't even talk to, that I wouldn't say, I don't hate any of them. To be honest, that whole mindset of Natalie doesn't like these girls and she's a narcissist and she's taking from all of us. I don't see anybody bringing anything to the table for me or any.
And then too, you would even fight these girls and still work with them. Like, you're like, let's build the show.
But that's the thing. Nobody has came to me about no work. I'm going to all of them and trying to work with them and trying to get them an extra paycheck and get them work and get them back on TV, get them, like, you know, popping in and their social media going up again and all of this. It's been a long time since these girls have been back on TV or even
and I think, you know, if that is, you know, if that's the case, I think this could just be, you know, people feeling like they are as entitled as much as you are, and they're not. I think that's kind of the thing. People want equal stake, equal pay, and honestly,
you gotta listen. I'm an equalist as well across the board, and that's why I gave Tanisha the Equal EP. I gave Christina and Sarah producer credits from Baddies ATL. But moving forward, I cannot put myself in that situation again. Like Baddies ATL, it just didn't do what it was supposed to do because I had too many people involved. So that's why I moved forward with Baddies South. I did it the Natalie the right way with the Zeus Network. And now we're seeing the potential that I wanted Zeus to see from season 1. We almost didn't get a season 2. Okay.
Wow.
We almost didn't get a season 2. Not that it didn't.
I can see that
our BGC fans didn't come through for us and didn't, you know, the fans weren't tapped in. It just didn't give what it was supposed to give.
And I want to talk about that. We're going to get into that. But real quick, I wanted to talk about the Sydney Star piece because you introduced Sydney Star on Baddies ATL. Transgender, you know, what was that dynamic? How did you go about, like, okay, we're going to insert a transgender into this cishead, you know, female audience, like how, and they're going to be fighting because the rumor was Sydney Star could only join the show as a transgender if she didn't fight the other girls, but they could put their hands on her, but she was still technically a man. So if she would fight the other girls, that would be a problem. So that's why Sydney Star never put her hands on anybody.
Okay. I'll answer your first question.
Okay.
Which was Sydney has been around in the BGC universe, knocking, banging on the door to come beyond when we were on Oxygen to be a part of the. There were words that I did get a few calls back in the day from some of the casting department when they were in their beginning stages about her. And then I got a few calls from Oxygen asking, you know, how did you feel? Just because I was such an involvement in the BGC world. And at the time, the network was just not ready for that.
Yeah.
This is going back to 2010, 11, 12. You know, Sydney's been around in the trying. She would show up to my events, I'd be in Chicago at an event, a hosting, and she'd show up. And she was very, you know, she was going after it. And I always respected that about Sydney. So when I finally was in the driver's seat over here at Zeus Network, I had a conversation with Mr. Plummer and the team, and Lemmy was like, I love it. I love the idea of Sydney. Lemmy is so across the board and open-minded, arms open to the LGBTQ community. Anything. He's so like cool. Like, do you like that idea? I'm like, I really like the idea of having her. He's like, if you like it, I love it. And I'm like, oh, darn. So we casted Sydney, and now the whole thing about her, She came to us and said she doesn't fight. I don't like to fight. I don't want to fight.
Oh, see, this is why this is
she just kept saying,
necessary.
I'm not a fighter. I did express to Sydney, though, maybe a few times, I said, listen, I don't want it to come across, crazy if you're out here. And she said, oh, I don't fight anyways. I'm not going to fight the girls. And I was like, okay, we don't even have to talk about it then. She said, but then there were a few moments like when Judy spit on her. And I was like, oh, well, girl, all that I'm not a fighter shit. If I was you, I would have turned you around and been ba-da-da-pa-pa. It don't matter. Because technically on Sydney's, paperwork and everything, it says she's a female. So there was nowhere here where we were overly concerned with her fighting the girls. Okay. I just knew from her to me, she said, I don't fight. I'm not really a fighter. I don't fight. I back down. I run when people try to fight me. So I'm like, okay, this ain't gonna fight no way. So that was kind of that. But that changed on season 2 when she was stalking us, and she started fighting on this season.
Okay, and we didn't get to that part yet. But now here we are at season 2. Baddies ATL 2. Before we're gonna go to the Bad Boys too, but I just want to get Baddies out the way.
Okay.
Or do you want to go bad? You want to go Bad Boys and then Baddies?
No, let's stay on the
okay.
Baddies.
Okay, so now we're Baddies season 2. Now I'm gonna tell you what I thought, and then you can check me and tell me. But I'm thinking when I seen this cast, I'm like, okay, bravo, Natalie. But I'm not. The shady bitch of me is like, the messy bitch is like, bitch, that Johnson's Cabaret was doing them numbers, and they like, we gotta turn this shit up.
Period.
And I feel like Natalie was like, bitch, y'all not finna, Johnson not finna take the bad girls image from us. Okay? We finna turn this shit up because them hoes, you bitches ain't fighting. You girls are supposed to be bad girls. This shit is boring. We need season 2. Let's mix it up. Let's have some new shit going on here. And I think this new one, I'm watching every week. I will
tell you this, Armon, I worked really hard on this season. Since I was working on this show since like October, November of last year. We were supposed to film in January and I pushed it back. Personally went down to LA, sat down with them. I said, I need a little more time. I want more time. We had a cast member get in a terrible accident, which was Apple Watts. And
she was going to be on the show too.
She was already casted and on the show. So there was just little things that kept happening. And I just kept saying, I want to do this right. No one else's name's on the line. We have no other executive producer. We have no other producers. I need a little more time, So I pushed it back just a few months. Things kept changing. Like, God, I'm so happy that Apple's still here with us. Thank God. But that happened with her. Then a couple of the other cast members were online doing some little weird things that gave me red flags. And so I started switching some dynamics up a little bit. Then Chrisean reached out. I reached out to some people through
TV Gold.
She was in jail, but she was in jail. So I was talking to her on the phone in jail. The day she got out of jail, she flew into LA. I met up with her, picked her up, went out to dinner, and brought her to the Zeus office. We pretty much closed her deal that night with her team. Went out to dinner after that to celebrate. And then I just, it was like little things were happening last minute and changing. So I worked really hard on this particular project by myself. No one else was involved. No other bad girl was in not one board meeting. It's been going on since October of last year. So for Christina or any of these girls to say they had no idea we were even going on the road. They had no idea that I had convinced the Zeus Network to get us a $200,000 hot pink bus to take us from city to city. No one was involved at all but me and the Zeus team. And I could tell you I had sleepless nights from October, November, like the end of October of last year. And then from November on, it was like through my holidays, it was insane. Like the work that
But you did add Christina in on this one, right? Because she was a part of the show.
She was a part of the show. So she was going to be the only bad girl that I brought back from season 1.
Okay.
Now, where it went left was that she was not involved.
Okay.
Behind the scenes. She had no idea who the cast was. She had no idea we were going to be on this tour bus going from city to city. She had no idea anything. So when she got to LA, I think a lot of the girls thought we were like gonna just be in LA. That's what the rumor was online. It's Baddies LA, and because Bad Boys was in LA, they all thought that. So when I hit them with the twist, bitch, now we on the motherfucking road.
Yeah.
And they found out a little bit more about that when we shot the promo, and we had this like, you know, it wasn't our bus because our bus was already waiting in Atlanta, but I had a random big bus pull up to the house. We came out to shoot our promo. That's kind of when it all started. They knew because we were leaving maybe 3 days after our promo shoots and our photo shoot to go to Atlanta and start the show. So Christina was having all these, like, I mean, she kept kind of going to the other girls saying, oh, so, you know, like, you know, she I think she kind of got a little bit like, what the fuck?
Okay, so you didn't tell her. You purposely didn't tell her. So she wasn't included.
I wanted it to be a surprise. Like when you go into Bad Girls Clubhouse, you know, it's surprises. You don't know who the cast is. None of them really knew. None of them knew who was.
Okay, so it's safe to say Christina was just cast. She was not on your level.
That her contract that she signed and her money that she got specifically said, you are just talent on the show. You are not getting producer credit. I actually personally had a phone call with her and said, whatever your deal was from last season will not be the deal this year, sis. Things are changing over here at Zeus. Things are changing with my shows. She knew that from months prior. I had spoken to her after her birthday when I sent her a nice birthday gift and all of that. I said, I'm going to bring you back. You need to keep quiet, though. Don't get online. Don't start. But that's what these bad girls do. They start calling. They call each other. Oh, yeah. Erica, did she call you? Yeah. Did she do this? They do that. And then that's why some girls didn't even get on the show. Oh, well, Tiara, did they call you back? I know they called you the first 2 times. Did they? We're doing what all the networks do. Our casting department calls. What's going on in your life? You know, would you be able to be away from your family for 4 weeks? We tap
See, I'm not understanding why these girls are confused, because when I'm talking to you right now, you're not running from the fact that, girl, this is my show. Like, I think but I feel like that's not, everybody doesn't believe that or know that, Natalie. I kind of feel like these girls feel like this is y'all show and you somehow swindled them out of the Baddies
I
thing.
was very transparent with even Christina when I said you're the only one coming back, but the producing credits and the things that you got from last season, you will not be getting this season. Zeus Network, myself, are going in another direction. We're not going to need like anybody's like, raise your hand if you like the idea. No. I like the idea. Lemmy likes the idea. Our Zeus team likes the idea. This is what we're doing. I don't need third party bad girls. I don't need, it just wasn't needed anymore at this time. So she knew that. It was very clear. So now, with the whole thing, they all know now who each other are because we had a big promo shoot. They all meet each other. They're all like, I think a lot of them were like, okay, oh, fuck. There's bad girls and then these big personalities. See, season 1 didn't have the Rollies, the Slims, the Ann Moore, the chrisean rock. So some of the girls were like in the makeup chair at the promo shoot when we did the bus reveal, and they were sitting there in their chairs like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And so then we get to the photo shoot right after we did that mansion promo day where we're all coming out of the house going like this and we're being the big reveal. The photo shoot got a little hot. We didn't film these days. There was not a part of filming. We just shot the promo and then we got the photo shoot quickly done. And the girls were already like, I'm in the middle. I'm not about to be on the end. Like, it was like getting like that. So then I noticed Christina, even respectfully, was kind of like, I want to be right on the front, right by Natalie, or right in the center. We got a roly-poly. We got a motherfucking chrisean rock. We got a Persuasion, a Jayla. Girl, you gonna get in the line wherever the height is going to be. You're on your height. We were going on, that's why I think Anne was even kind of in that one. So when that one photo, because we did lots of different ones, just for option, just for the options of whatever the network wanted to do. I think that's when things took a little bit of a turn. People were feeling like, who the fuck is chrisean? Who the fuck is this bitch? And everybody it's not Bad Girls Club. Yes, I'm giving my BGC sisters an opportunity to come back, make some money, get back on TV. But this is Baddies. So chrisean, Rolly, Slim, respectfully, are just as big as any of the other girls that were there.
And especially if it's not her show and it's your show.
I mean, come on, you're messy. You're getting messy.
Okay. Okay. So let's
then we get to Atlanta. Let's just go quickly with this last one. We get to Atlanta, and we've had a few issues in the past with Christina no showing, and that happens quite a bit. So, but I'm giving my BG sister the opportunity to, step up. Let's do this. Let's get it. So she gets on the flight with the rest of the girls to Atlanta. And Atlanta is day one. It's about to be day one of filming. So contractually, everyone gets their first checks because we're about to start. The check was cashed. It was clear. And the next day, I start getting phone calls from Sydney Starr, who was also in Atlanta. She had been following us from starting in Atlanta from every city. That's a whole other thing that went on.
Yeah, is she on the show?
She wasn't. Well, she's gonna be on it, but she wasn't casted. But so she, I guess, allegedly was out with Christina or was with her the night before. And they were partying. I don't know what kind of partying. I wasn't with them. The rest of us girls were out at a little napkin war before the cameras started filming us the next morning. And we all went back to our rooms, went to sleep, got up in the morning, got ready to start day one, moving into the Atlanta house. Christina, we waited for hours downstairs in the lobby. She was a no-show. And then we moved on. Because this isn't season one. I'm not begging. I'm not going to beg and blow your phone up. I called you a few times. The team called. You did not pick up my calls. I'm not going to text. I'm not going to DM you. I'm not going to. I never even spoke to her. Never messaged her on text. I called. No pickup. No, I'm only going to do it one time. I'm not going to text you. I'm not going to DM you. That's why she has no DMs, no texts. Where are you? I'm not. doing that. Because guess what? We're on our way to another city.
And we didn't miss her. We didn't miss her.
Every city in America, I can find another baddie. I'm sure there's some right here watching the live. What's up? If there's a no-show, next. Let's get on the bus. Let's go. Get your bags packed. We're gone.
So let's move on from Christina. She didn't show up. She didn't come. It is what it is. She felt some type of way. She wasn't in the center. She knew that she was going to be part of the ensemble cast. She felt like she was right next to you. It's not her show. She was part of the cast. She got the check. She moved on. She didn't show. All right. Next thing. Last bad girl. Then I want to get into Baddies ATL. Did you know that Sarah was going to be on the show, or was that a surprise?
That was 100% a surprise. So
wow.
Sarah, I guess, had reached out to Lemmy and the team, but I think they were afraid to bring it to me because I think they thought I was gonna say I didn't want to do it. But I'm the type of bitch okay, so y'all gonna run her a check. Okay, I'm pretty sure she got a nice one, and she's gonna come on to my shit. After all that shit she was talking and all that, I could have easily been like, fuck no, and said no. And then she wouldn't have done it. And she would have got no money and no check. But I'm never a scary ass bitch. I really thought they were lying. So the whole day I was drinking.
You were pissed though.
I was drunk, having a ball. And she really came. I was like, yo, Lemmy, you're fucking crazy. Yo, Zeus, y'all are lit. She really came, and I really thought they were fucking lying. I didn't believe them. I thought they were bullshitting with me. I really didn't think she was coming. And then they were like, "No, she's really coming." I was like, "All right, well, I'll take my shit off, and I'll wait to see if she's coming." And then it was 10 or 11 o'clock at night, or later. It might have been 12 midnight. She really came.
And you whooped her motherfucking ass.
I mean, if we could do it one more time, I wouldn't be drunk. I was fucking drunk.
I watched that back to back, and then that took me out. You told Krishan, you like, bitch, you thought that was something. I'm about to flirt with bitches. Wait till Sarah get here. I fucking replayed that back to back.
I'm so mad because it was I've been waiting. I haven't been waiting, but I was like, oh, this shit about to be lit. And my drunk ass was like, she's not coming. We kept filming all night. Then the bitch they're like, Natalie, can you come downstairs? I came downstairs, sat down, and the bitch came through the door.
Yeah.
They're like, Sarah's coming in, and I already know how Sarah rolls because I've known her for a long time. So I'm in her city. I know she always carries like a little pistol in her purse. So I was like,
Yeah.
make sure you check her bag because that bitch ain't finna come up in here and be on no weird, funny, business. Because I'm in Atlanta. Like even when I'm at home, I have a license to carry too.
Yeah.
And I would have my little pistol in my motherfucking purse. But bitch,
Yeah.
I'm in your city, so check her bag if she's really coming in, or if this is a whole like. I thought they were gonna bring Christina in. I thought it was gonna be like I really thought they went and found Christina, brought her back to the house, but no, it was really Sarah, and I don't know.
Do you feel like going forward you're gonna have to put in more bad girls, or are you done with the bad girls?
No, I'm never gonna be done with my bad girls. There was a few that I wanted on this season, and unfortunately it didn't work out, but we are already greenlit for season 3. I can't wait for everyone to see like where we're going and what we're doing with that one, because that's fucking next level shit. Okay. And I'm gonna reach out again to my BGC sisters. There was a few I really wanted. Like I wanted Erica. I would love to work with Tiara. I would love to work with. There's a few other, Jamie and Jazz, the ones down in Florida, the sisters. Like.
I think we may have lost her.
Sorry,
oh, there she go.
It was
there
Mr. Plumber calling my phone.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll give him a call back. But yeah, so I basically was trying to, do things with some of the other bad girls for the future for sure.
Would you ever bring Sarah back, or is it completely done for her? Because you and Sarah are some good TV though, but I know she said a lot of nasty things about you. Like she's talked about your marriage, she's called you an escort. Like she said some really nasty things, but it makes for good TV.
They always say nasty things to try to get my attention, to get a response. And at the end of the day, I will say this. Sarah called me a lot of things. She had a funeral for me, but I'm still alive. I'm still here. And at the end of the day, I just feel like, people say hurtful things like that when they're hurt. And at the end of the day, I think Sarah really, truly has some kind of weird obsession with me.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it because fans have literally DM'd me and said, did y'all fuck? Were y'all ever in a relationship? Like,
yeah, I think I read somewhere she tried to interview members of your family at some point. I don't know.
Like,
I didn't go that far.
Stepmothers that I had from my dad's ex-wives from when I was in elementary school, I haven't even seen and heard from since I was a little girl. Like, just weird things that, but people will go as far as whatever to try to get your attention. Sarah has always had that kind of like an obsessed friendship with me. Like, and no one can be by me. You're my friend. And I didn't really ever see it like that. I was like, girls, stop playing. Like, I'm going to throw you a birthday party. It's also this girl's birthday. Like, calm down. We're going to do it. Yeah. Like, no, I'm your friend. And like the crying and the weird. But again, I've had a lot of heart-to-heart conversations with Sarah. I know what Sarah's battling within herself as a woman and wanting to be a mother and a family and married and all of these things that I feel like when she started attacking me, it all made sense from all of our years of friendships and the things that she's upset about in her own life. So, I mean, talking about my marriage, we all know Sarah is, it's like, I really don't mean harm on any of these girls. I want to see them all win. That's why I said, you know what? If she's really coming to the house, give her a check. Bring her. I don't give a fuck.
But you whooped her ass.
But still bring her. Like,
but still
she wants to come. She came with the intentions, I will tell you, to talk. It's a show, so it was edited. She cried. 4 minutes. I said, bitch, stop crying, because them tears ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing for me. Like, you didn't went too far. There's no, like, we can never be not even cordial. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at all. Like, you just did too much. You said a lot of lies. Let's start there. And the thing about some of these bad girls is we all have our own little fan bases, within the franchise. So the fans will believe something that maybe Sarah's saying or Christina's saying. And it's like, just say the truth.
Did Ray J hit it? Or you can't really say that, huh?
Who, Sarah? I don't think she slept with Ray J. No, I don't think she did.
Oh, that was the rumor, child.
No, I know, because that night she also tried to say I tried to push her on to Ray J. I wasn't even fucking there. Like, I get blamed for all the craziest, weirdest shit, and it's so old and dumb. Like, and then she said I'm an escort, but up until I stopped being friends with her, she went on all the worldwide trips with me. I was flying the bitch all over the world with me. Me, Natalie, booking your flights to Morocco to ride on the. It's like London, Dubai. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so what were the trips then? Because now that I'm an escort and you're on, I do hoe trips, which there's no hoe trips. What were you on the trips doing with me? Was it a kumbaya? We were going to church then? I don't know. Like, it's like whenever they get mad is when they want to start these fucking rumors and lies, and it just gets like, I don't know what they're trying to do or what they're trying to prove. Or
well, I think maybe it's a little bit of, if I can speak, I feel like it may be a little bit of intimidation because, like I said, from the beginning of this interview, you've been able to parlay your Bad Girls experience all the way to this. And you've been at a point where you could say, this is my shit. This is my show. And like, honestly, people can say whatever they want to say about you, but the proof is in the pudding. Before there was a Zeus network, you were still a standout of your season and of the whole franchise. Let's just be very clear there. Like, you were a standout personality. Everybody knew NATALIE NUNN, whether they loved her or hated her. They knew that she had a big personality. Some people would call you obnoxious, but they couldn't call you scary. You'd win fights, you'd lose some. You were when you think of Bad Girls Club, you think of NATALIE NUNN. Period. And so I think that kind of intimidates people because, bitch, you are kind of the Beyonce of the Bad Girls Club. It's no shade. Now, about Baddies ATL. Now, run me down a little bit of the concept of this new show. You guys go city to city. I haven't seen you guys go out yet. Baddies South. Baddies South. I haven't seen you go out yet. Are you guys just in the houses?
No, we start going out this episode coming up.
Okay. So what's the concept of this show? What is this?
So this show was for us to like go through the South, get our faces back out there, host events, host parties. We do a bunch of podcasts and little things along the way in all these different cities, radio stations, a couple little brand deals, and we just go through the South. So we're really trying to get the word out there that we're back. And the best way to do it is to like be there. And I think over the years, that's one way I stayed extremely relevant. I would host and be at events all over the whole United States. I did that for like 10 years. I was booked 5-6 days a week, going from city to city to city, hosting parties, hosting fashion shows, college events. They'd have all the HBCUs would have events, and I would come out. It was a lot for many years. And so I said to Lemmy, we need to get on the road. We need to be outside. We need to be seen. They need to see us. Like, they need to know we're back. Like, that's the whole premises. And while we're there, events, pop-up shops, podcasts, radio stations, go to the radio. So that's literally what we did. And it was a success. I feel like us going to all the different states and the cities really got a buzz for all these people that they're tuning in now. They're like, oh my God, they're in Charlotte. Oh my God, they're going to be in, all the different places we went. So
do you have a favorite on the show? I feel like Chrisean is your favorite.
Well, you better stay tuned. I love
okay.
He's the baby of the group. But I feel like just because of where I'm at in my life, Chrisean is, it could be a lot, but she, bless her soul, because she's just so like young and innocent and doesn't really like, she's amazing. But I just think where I'm at in my life, my patience are very thin. With like picking up my shit, using it, and then not putting it back, and then I'm going around the house looking for something that belongs to me, or like things like that, or when we're trying to like figure out what the plans are for the day, and we're like filming it, and she's just rambling on about something else, or like you saw in episode 1, her ear pods are in, and I'm like, bitch, take the ear pods out. It becomes a lot for me, but I love her. Nevertheless, we're all I'm in good standings with all of the girls as of right now. We'll make minus a few, but still we're able to work. And
let's talk about the good standing, because do you think that is because like you are at a point where you're like eventually gonna get off of the camera and just kind of produce, or are like some of these girls feel like they have to be afraid of you, or because they want to keep the opportunity. You know what I mean? Is they're
No.
like, oh, you can't fuck with Natalie, or you
No,
won't be
that
here.
is not it. I
Okay.
get in a few hiccups on the show, which I just personally don't want to get into, not because I'm an executive producer or not because of my title. It's just because of where I am in my life. Like, I don't need to be fighting you guys. Like, what are we? I don't need to fight with you guys. Like, I personally wanted all of you here. If we have an issue, we can address it. If it goes there, I'm always with it.
Yeah.
But I try just in everyday life, like I just don't need to be fighting bitches. Like, I don't need to do that. But again, I'm not about to, like, if someone disrespects me, even on the show, and I'm not saying like on my show, like, bitch, what the fuck did you say? Like, we can take it there. Like, I have time today because I'm being paid to be here. I have time. But I don't.
No, I get it.
I don't want to do that because it's just be like, oh my,
yeah,
I don't want to fight you girls. But yeah, I do get in hiccups on the show. I do let girls just like, I let them know, like, what the fuck you doing, bitch? Like, you just did some stupid ass shit. Like, we not doing that. Like, I am always gonna be boisterous and you know, whether or not if I had the title or didn't have the title, I'm gonna, you know, address things, but I'm not trying to like start fights with all the girls. But yeah, I do get into some more shit.
But I do like, we kind of talked about this off camera. I do kind of like the role that you have on this because it does show that you are grown, you're more mature, but in order to maintain being a queen, you have to put other queens on, right? And that's how you keep your legacy. So I feel like what you're doing is you're laying the groundwork for other queens to come out, but you know, they still pay you your respect.
Multiple times. Armon, I told the girls multiple times, you guys, this is my show. I get it, but this is y'all's show. Like, go.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
and if it has to do with you coming for me, go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be very honest. I like this cast. This cast is giving. This cast,
yes, it is. This cast is definitely giving.
Whether or not they in their own way want to come back or not, I love this cast because they're all doing them. They're all living like up to who they are, and I respect that more than people that don't want to act like they're bad or be bad girls or whatever because, you know, oh, I've grown and I don't want to, like, that was season 1 girls. So I'm referring to season 1 girls. It was a lot of, no, I don't want to, but bitch, you were just fighting on, I just seen it on YouTube. I just saw you fighting in the streets. What are we talking about? So, or you were just arguing or, oh, you were doing this. And it's weird because this group I respect so much because they are able to just be themselves and say whatever the fuck it is or do whatever they wanted to do. They're not tiptoeing around. And I think a lot of the bad girls from previous seasons on Bad Girls Club got a lot of backlash from the franchise and from like their lives. So they don't want to be themselves anymore. They want to come back on Baddies and they want to pretend to be somebody that they're not. Whether or not they're still being like out loud and fighting in these streets, but they've expressed. And I've had the talent department reach out to a lot of these girls, talk to them, ask them where they're at, and they're like, oh, well, you know, I'm not the girl I used to be on. So when the fans, everyone in the comments, because I can't see the comments, when you guys come to me and say, why didn't I cast this girl from Bad Girls Club? It's personally because our team has reached out to them and they specifically said they're not there anymore. That's what they claim. But then you get on YouTube or you get on their Instagram and they're fighting bitches and they're fighting in these streets. And believe me, so they don't want to do whatever they did on Bad Girls Club. Not saying they have to do that on Baddies. I'm not saying you have to come and fight, but be you.
Yeah.
They're like scared to like be who they really are. Like,
because that was one of the things that people are saying that there should have been more bad girls on the show. But I feel like but it was boring. That shit was boring. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried. They specifically in their interviews with the Zeus team said they don't want to do this. I don't want to be arguing. Who's the cast? I need to know exactly who the cast. Like all this entitled things that you're not entitled to shit. You want the opportunity to come back on TV or you don't. If not, next. We got a whole fucking list of people who are begging to be on Baddies.
And can we just be honest? Because I think that this is also the elephant in the room. Bitch, we need you to turn up. If you're not going to turn up, then don't come on the show. And I think that, you know.
I don't want to, like, what are we? It's like, I don't got time for that. Like, I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with the former bad girls that they don't want to do this, or I just want to promote my music. I want to do, and
No.
it's weird things that they're saying and doing behind the scenes. I'm not going to go through the list. I'm not going to talk about each one of them. We're not, we can maybe get to your music. I'm not putting that in your contract. You're not getting the theme song. No.
Yeah. We need you washing bitches up in the sink like Chrisean.
And maybe we would give you the theme song. I don't know, but I'm not promising none of these bitches shit. Yeah. No one's doing that.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just giving me like, all right, okay. What? And I get the feedback from the talent team. Okay, well, call this girl. Let's see. And let me know. Give me the notes. Email me the notes. Call this one. Email me the notes. And if it's just not going to work, it's just not going to work.
I think that you guys did a good job.
We got Slim.
You got messy ass Ann too. That Ann is no joke. Okay, and she.
I knocked the Mario. She knocked the Mario coins out of my head. For what?
Girl, and then you got your girl messy ass Jayla. Mind you, I'm like, girl, you supposed to be the spiritual one and always in white, but you are the messiest. What? And then be mad when people call you messy. I can't wait to talk to her one day. But because she's an interesting one too. But the way Broly snatched Ann up like that was pure comedy. I watched that about 3 times.
But then Ann said, but the best part was Ann said, the bitch knocked the Mario coins out my head.
Yes, but Ann don't give a fuck though. Ann don't care. You know, I even like the white girl that squared up. What's her name? The one that was Bree. Yeah. You know, she reminds me of Dylan from the Bad Boys Club.
Oh,
we'll talk just a little
she's
bit.
Way more lit than Dylan.
Okay.
Oh hell no, she's more of like. Yeah, no,
I like Bree. Was she with you out at the Hollywood Unlocked thing?
She was at Hollywood Unlocked.
Oh, she's a real bad girl. Like I like her like for your personal life. Like she knows how to turn up for the show, but then like she's cool in real time. You know what I mean? Like you can hang out with her like for real. So she had a good energy. So shout out to the Baddies ACO. Is there anything else you want to give us? I know the show is live right now. It's airing every Sunday. I mean, it comes on at 5 p.m. It comes on at 5 p.m. for me. That's when it drops on the app here. I don't know when it drops everywhere else. Is it 8?
So yeah, it's every Sunday. This week is going to be episode 5. This episode, nobody wants to miss. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nobody wants to miss any of these. I would say starting from 5 on is just like the littest fucking show I've ever worked on.
Because you brought a new girl in last week. So I'm trying to see what that's
It's about to go up 100.
Okay.
Like,
because you guys are finally getting outside now.
We're getting outside, but it's just so much happens. I can't make this up. Like things just start happening, and I'm like, wait, what? Like it just goes crazy. Like from Chrisean to it just things just start taking turns, and I'm like, are we serious or is?
And none of this is scripted.
Nothing is scripted. And the shit that happens, your mouth's gonna drop, the audience mouth's gonna drop. My mouth living it was dropping. A few times I was like, pull the bus. I can't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
I'm going home. Like it just goes like up. Like
I'm trying to figure out how the bus got stolen. So that's why I'm ready to see that.
Like it goes up. Okay. You're gonna die. Your mouth is gonna drop. Yeah. Like it's just so many turns happen that when I think about it and I see some of the clips, I'll be like, oh my God. It's like reliving it again. It was hell. When I came home from shooting that show, I slept for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like it
eventually, do you see yourself going to a bigger network and or getting off camera and just kind of producing?
So, I'm kind of here right now because it's my show and we're getting the ground running. Okay. Like a familiar face from the Bad Girls franchise. And just being in there, I think the girls really feed off of my energy, even though I'm the oldest in the house. I have this like sort of energy that makes the girls go. It's weird because I think, I get up early. I'm like, I really hardly sleep. I'm a million things get done a day with me. So me being in there with the girls, let's go, get up. We got a party tonight. Like we're here, we're there. If you want to get your hair done now, we got a good day. Like I feel like it's just more of like the fact that I'm always just go.
Yeah.
I push them. If not, I think some of them would sleep all day, or they would just lay around and they're just kind of kick back. Like they just be like, wait for things to come to them. Nah, let's go. So I'm there.
That's that mother in you. That's that mom. That's
like
that businesswoman.
I was like that before, though. That's why I think my separation from myself and these other bad girls was such a serious gap.
Yeah.
Because I didn't wait for shit to come. I wasn't fucking around.
Yeah.
I was going.
Yeah.
And so, mind you, I'm in there and I do sometimes be like, yeah, what the fuck? But eventually, I would love to just pop in, kind of be the HBCIU, come in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the HB.
I see that for you, though. I see you moving in that direction eventually.
And just being a little bit like giving someone else the opportunity to step up and have that spot, too. But again, I'm not going to ever go far. I'm the creator of the show. So I might pop in and out, kind of like how you see me on Bad Boys LA, popping in and out.
Yeah.
But as of now, I think I have a couple more seasons in me to just really get this thing where it needs to be with Zeus, and it's where it needs to be right now, but even just push it to the limit. But I do think that we're not going anywhere. Our home is Zeus Network. You know, we did do a licensing deal with Baddies ATL where we licensed the season to only OFTV, which is OnlyFans TV, for a season. But again, like we're not leaving Zeus. Zeus is the only network that was biting and brought us back. So my loyalty will always be with Zeus.
That's good. That's dope. Okay, now speaking of Bad Boys, LA, I just want to say thank you so much for giving us that, because for so many years, decades at this point, we have been looking for bad boys, especially LGBT men. We've been looking for a space for us to get on the show and show our ass and show why we bad boys. So tell me a little bit about Bad Boys, like, you know, why so many gays versus the straights? Was there a science to that, or this versus this season, will there be more straights, or less gays? Or tell me a little bit about how you guys decided what that was about.
I wanted Bad Boys since 2011 when I shot the pilot and I was pitching it to Oxygen. They said no. I pitched it to WeTV. They said no. I pitched it to, I want to say maybe one other network. I can't remember, but it's been going on for years. And finally, I just kind of was like, nobody wants it. The feedback was that they thought it would be too much with guys. They didn't know what it would really give. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up, because I feel like if there's a bad girls club, there should be a bad boys club. Like, what do you mean? Like, there's bad boy. Every bad girl has a bad boy, or there's So I had sent Lemmy a couple messages about it, and we were so wrapped up in the bad girl universe, the baddie universe, we didn't really ever talk about it. So one day I was texting Lemmy. I couldn't find him. It was just a random day. I was like, where's Lemmy? I've been texting him all day. He hasn't responded. So I put up the bad boy post with the symbol, and I said, guys, I can't find Lemmy Plummer. He's being a bad boy somewhere. I can't find my boss. Everyone tag Lemmy and let's bring Bad Boys to Zoo.
And I was there, and it went crazy. You had like 25,000 comments. It was something like
his phone ends up going off to the point where he calls me and says, what the fuck's going on my phone right now? Everyone's tagging me. Are you alive? Are you safe? Are you okay? So then fast forward, he green lights Bad Boys for me. And I was so happy because everyone just kept saying no for so many years, since 2011. And then we do Bad Boys LA. And when I was casting for that, which I'm in the middle, I'm right now starting the casting for Bad Boys Houston. So there's this rumor going around that I've already have the cast. Absolutely not. I'm literally on my laptop, on my shit every day, watching, looking, and potentially I just started my deck for it of people who I want the network to start reaching out to pretty soon. And so I'm just starting that. But with the boys of LA, I started watching it was like almost close to 9,000 tapes. And I just remember saying, it wasn't that I was looking for a gays or straight, or I was looking for personalities. Okay. And the people who, it just so happened that there was more gays because their fucking casting tapes were giving. Yeah. Honey, I said, I had never knew who Gutta was.
Yeah.
And he sent a tape in, and I come across his tape. It was, I can't remember the number. I screenshot. I could go back and look. But it was like, say, 5,212. And the way his fucking tape stood out, I just immediately grabbed, put it into my deck for a callback, a potential let's find out more about him from his tape. And it was whoever just stood out, whoever just captured.
So everybody sent a tape. Milan Christopher sent in a tape.
He sent a tape.
Andrew Caldwell sent in a tape.
Andrew Caldwell was DMing me every single day, and then we sent in a tape. He sent in a tape.
Wow.
He was reaching out to me saying, I want to be on the show. I didn't know who Andrew Caldwell was at all.
Are you serious?
All. Like, I guess he.
So this was by chance that you got all celebrity influencers.
Well, I only had the only ones that were somebody who sent in tapes that stood out to me at the time was Andrew, Milan, Relly, where his tape was super great too, where he showed me in there that he was the one that popped out of the car, because I didn't really know. I knew that moment that went viral, but I didn't follow Relly. I didn't know who he was, like, but he was a big personality. His tape was fucking lit.
Yeah.
The only person I knew from the cast, like personally, was Anthony, because he had a gay club in Houston. And he had booked me one time, and he was just so like, when I went to Houston to host his gay club, I was like, this guy needs to be on fucking TV. He was
I've been to his parties before. They're popping out there.
Yeah, he was just like, whoa. So, and then I didn't know Andrew. I really had only met Milan like a handful of times. I didn't really know Milan personally.
I thought you guys were friends. Wow.
I knew of Milan, but we never
hung out
and we're like, no, I didn't like. I mean, everyone in the industry kind of knows each other, but I never like was like how me and Anthony are. Like, I didn't really know Milan like that.
Chrisean Franklin?
He had reached out. He had DM'd me.
Are you serious?
He had DM'd me.
Wow.
I didn't really know Chrisean. Or I didn't know him at all. Sorry. And
William the Baddies?
I knew William from Sydney Star, him popping up at events with Zeus Network, but he wasn't someone that I really knew, but he was just a big, loud personality as well.
And then Dylan seems like the most random. Dylan seems like the most unknown, the most random one. Dylan.
So Mula was kind of not known like that. He had a radio station, but he, Curtis was not very known like that either. Dylan, I casted from the tape. His tape was a standout tape too.
He was probably the worst bad boy though. He was boring as hell. I like Dylan, but I'm just being real. He probably was the worst one. But yeah.
And then
go ahead.
Chrisean and all of them just had their personalities just really stood out. Like, they were just my season one. Now, just like how season one of Baddies ATL went, I'm gonna take it up a notch or two for Bad Boys season 2 of Houston. So I wanted to see these people in person. I wanted to meet them, or at least like have like a face-to-face. So I asked Lemmy, I said, let's maybe do like an auditions. And so they loved that idea. So we have a 2-part episode coming of the auditions. I thought it would only be cool to have some of my bad boys help me, with the potential. They're not like, they didn't have the final say. There was no final pick at the audition.
For 2. Yeah, I want to get to that. We're going to get to that. But just real quick with the Bad Boys ATL, because the Bad Boys LA, that was a big thing, because then you brought in Jonathan. Now, I interviewed Milan here, and I like Milan. I'm pretty neutral with everybody. Now, you and Milan he seemed to have fallen out with you, and now he's doing his own thing or whatever. But it seems as though he was saying that Jonathan was brought in to fight. Because you guys at the Zeus Network and your show, you wanted more drama, and he didn't want to fight anymore. And William the Baddies has said this kind of the similar things, that he wanted to fight it. Andrew Caldwell said that he left after he cashed the check, that you guys just wanted him to fight. So was this show about just having a bunch of guys in the house and beat each other up?
No, not at all. And it seems like everybody, when they don't like the way things go for themselves, they just start pointing fingers. And then it's sad, because it's like, y'all know what the show is. Okay, it's just Bad Boys Club. Okay, like, that doesn't mean you have to fight. We had a lot of things that they were supposed to do, that some of the things we got to it and we did it. Some of the things we did not get to it and we didn't do it. So for instance, let me just go back and I'm just trying to think about Milan. Milan wanted to carry this show on his shoulders so bad because he felt like he's been there with this reality TV stuff before. He knows how this goes, and he wanted, you know, potentially to get a spinoff. And so he just wanted to just be like out loud and do this and do that. So I think when he noticed that, like, we were neutral with everyone and everybody was going to get fair treatment, and he didn't like that. He wanted the room. I don't know why Jonathan wanted that room so bad. I still to this day cannot tell you why he was.
Wait a minute. I was told through Baddies that was a $10,000 payout for that, for Milan, for Jonathan to come in and fight Milan. And Milan called someone and was like, listen, they're offering this amount of money to go ahead and we need a big fight scene with Jonathan over this room, and I don't want to do it. So Rio came in and said, I'll do the fight scene with Jonathan. That's not true.
That's not how that works.
Nobody was paid to come in and fight Jonathan.
Milan wanted his friend to come on the show so bad from like a few days prior.
No, you lying.
No, I'm gonna be real. Milan wanted Rio to come on the show because I was his boy, and William had already left the show. So we were gonna bring a replacement in on top of the fact that Andrew Caldwell had already left as well. So we had two people who had left. And there were other things that we were supposed to be doing, and we didn't get to them because every day it was some kind of a hold up with Milan. I guess something with his tooth one day. His teeth fell out. I don't know when that happened. Every day.
Wait a minute. You're not going to just say that like that with a straight face.
I swear to God, I'm not trying to be messy.
Wait, Milan's tooth fell out.
Yeah, his veneers or something. I swear to God. And so every day was something going on. Finally, I stepped in and said, I'm going to call my own replacement people and start, you know, bringing. So I had reached out to Jonathan prior to be on my show. And he was in the middle of doing his salon in Houston or in Dallas. So finally I get him to come on the show. He's like, I can't, I got 2 weeks that I could be away from my shop. They're doing the floor, so I don't really need to be there or something. I was like, all right, come on. So Jonathan got paid for his appearance to be a part of the cast and to come on the show. Oh. And because he was shooting an intro out in the desert, like he was a official cast member. And so, and Rio was coming on because Milan kept pushing. He wanted his friend on the show. Wasn't anything about a fight over the room. Jonathan came in and wanted the master bedroom, period. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He said, and I even pulled Jonathan aside a couple of times and let the room thing go because I don't know where this is going. It's just it's kind of, I'm behind the scenes, so I'm watching on the monitors, and it's like, we get you on the room, but like, let's figure. It was like he was not letting the room go. Yeah. So Jonathan swore that we were pushing Jonathan to fight for this room. When I'm telling you, we were telling Jonathan, calm down with the room thing. We actually kept putting him in a hotel for the days that he was there because at night when it was time to go to bed, we didn't know what we were going to do with this room situation. Oh, wow. So we were putting him, and Jonathan was getting mad at me and Mr. Plummer and the Zeus Network because he's like, nah, fuck that. I want this motherfucking room. But to fight for this room, we could run him up out this house then. I'm like, oh, wait. Let's just put him at this very swanky, nice hotel in Beverly Hills. Maybe he'll calm down. He wouldn't. The next 2 days after him being in the hotel, he was getting mad. He pulled up to the house on a down day, and that's when the chair situation happened. We didn't have cameras up. None of this was even recorded. It was actually recorded from one of the rooms up top by another cast member who leaked the video, and it went everywhere because we were not even shooting that day. It was an off day. We as production were having internal meetings at the office. I literally jumped in the car, came running, driving, speeding down the road to the bad boy house to find blood everywhere, Rio bandaged up, and Y'all planned this, y'all did this on purpose. Like, what? We don't even, how did we do this on purpose? We didn't have cameras. He just pulled up.
Yeah.
And I think it was Gutta who gave him the address, and it ended up coming out later that Gutta said, yeah, I gave him the address because one of his boys had my chain from the party previously.
Yeah.
So it was a whole thing where Milan just kept thinking it was a conspiracy thing that we were trying to get Jonathan to beat him up and no, you just got beat the fuck up because like the nigga was mad and he wanted the room and you got beat. You and your boy was gonna get beat the fuck down over the room. Period. We had nothing to do with it. And so for him to keep going on and on these weird rants about we did this and Natalie this, I think he also didn't want us to like air him calling the police, hiding in the bushes from Jonathan. Like,
yeah, okay.
Really
I did see an audio clip where he called one of the producers, and the producer said another producer clipped and cut the audio that he really wasn't sitting and hiding in the bushes watching. We played that here on the show.
We're
like
gonna
a 5
tell
minute.
them everything. You know, at the end of the day, when these talent start going up and just screaming and yelling, I do the same thing. Yes, girl, I get it. I understand. You're mad.
Okay.
I get it. You're mad. You didn't want that to air. It aired. You did it. You hid in the bush. We have the timestamps. Yeah. We have the timestamps because we have the footage. We own the footage. Yeah. So if you want us to put the timestamps up of when your boy was getting beat up and you were hiding in the bushes, we can absolutely do that. But again, you were hiding in the bushes. You jumped the fence. You went to the neighbor's house. You called the police multiple times. Wow. You called the police the next day with the chair. You had the ambulance there. You were the one who was pressing charges against Jonathan. Wow. I didn't want Jonathan to leave the show. I was the executive producer who, yes, I asked Jonathan to come on my show as a replacement.
You got the timestamps, Nat?
We have the timestamps. Like, stop playing. Like, you wanna play victim so bad, and it's just annoying. Like, you know how this reality. You did the same thing at VH1 and Viacom. They didn't want to work with you anymore. We gave you a second chance over here at Zeus. You're doing the same shit over here. Like, just stop. Like, you're 100% a punk ass bitch. You called the police multiple times. And you pressed charges against, you were trying to press charges. And he lied to my face because I was not there that day. So when I got to the house, he sat there in my face and made it with a knife in his hand. Wow. I have a knife because I'm scared for my life, acting like Rio didn't have the chair in his hand first. You got the chair snatched up out of your hand by Jonathan, and you were the aggressor, Rio. You ran up with the chair. He snatched the chair and blah, 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 blah on you.
Oh, wow.
And they lied to me that whole day. I was on the phone with Jonathan saying, Jonathan, you just picked up a chair and you ran out. He's like, no, I didn't. He had the chair first. I said, that is not what they're telling me. So I need to know what happened. And finally, it comes out later that night. Once Rio comes back from the hospital, the whole production, Mr. Plummer, all of us, he's sitting there saying, Rio had the chair first, but you didn't tell the police that. You made it seem like Jonathan was the aggressor. It was to the point where I'm not with Milan and his fake ass stories, the one-sided stories, and it just gets old. He gets on Bigo, says all this stuff for some coins to drop and the dragons to appear. Like, I don't do the Bigo. I'm not getting on your Bigos and watching you. You're on my show. You look like a pussy ass bitch because you were. You called the police multiple times. You're making up a bunch of rumors and lies. He tried to say I was trying to sleep with him. Rio said I tried to sleep with him. I'm sleeping with the whole cast. Like, just stop. Like, please cut it out. Like, it's already hard for a woman in this industry to go as far as I'm going after 15 years of being here. And it's to the point now where it's like, you're going to respect me and you're going to stop coming for me because that's what Rio and Milan are doing endlessly, is coming for me, the female in this. And you're going to stop with the shenanigans because we're done with you anyways. We're on to season 2. So you can stop, and you're in contract with Zeus for a year, and whatever you decide to do, go ahead and do it. Our lawyers and our team will be every step of the way. but it's the online bigos that he just keeps saying, and just anything to say to try to, like, just stop, Milan. You came for Mona Scott because you feel like the woman, he comes for the women. Like, and I don't understand that, because it's like, I didn't do anything. I didn't tell you to call the police. I didn't tell you to hide in the bushes. Those were the initial things he was mad about. And then when you weren't getting the response you wanted from me, you started making up rumors, going on your Bigo for some dragons to pop up and coins to drop in the air, whatever the fuck you do on Bigo all day for 19 hours out of your day. And it's like, I'm not watching it. I don't care. I don't care. But you're not going to lie and say, I was trying to sleep with you. You're not going to, Rio, first of all, I'm not going to sleep with any of my I would like to say this first. I'm not going to ever sleep with any of my talent or people that I hire. Okay. I'm not going to sleep with my employees. And I don't need to sleep with my employees. And because this is a bad boy show, you're not going to try to paint me out to be like this girl that's, doing this weird shit with it. It's too much. It's just.
So what about Moolah? Because I think Moolah's over there with them too.
Well, I mean, the fans called it out from the beginning. I guess the fans were saying he was going to go be on team them. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have no problem with Moolah either. Like, I don't get it. Like, and then I guess he's doing a dating show. That is not on the Zeus network. He does not have a dating. I don't know if there was, I got a couple random things that came through to me that said he was saying it was on Zeus. I don't know where he's doing it at. It's not on Zeus. I have no bad blood towards any of my bad boys.
Yeah.
I just feel like stop with the shenanigans. Stop with the bullshit. Just stop. Like, it's like they're trying, now that the show's over, they're trying to get more attention off of it. And just stop. Like, stop coming for a female. Like, stop coming for me, because I'm not the one you want to come for. Yeah. And it's just weird. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah, I did see some things where they posted that you were a colorist and some other stuff, and I just was like, wow, that's a lot. You know what I mean? But
and I will address the fact that, in Bad Girls Club season 4, there was a lot of things that were said from myself and the other girl on Bad Girls Club at the time with me, which was Portia. And Portia, God, there's so many girls.
Yeah.
And there was so much that went back and forth. It was, Natalie's, what was it that she said? Because now Natalie thinks she's cuter than me because she's light skinned, but her big ass chin. She just wants to milk sugar daddies all day and take men's money. All she talks about is taking rich men's money with her big ugly ass chin. So when Natalie, and I'm not saying it's okay with what I said about Portia. I said she had a big nose, but it does become a point when, like, back in the day, because now it's been 15 years, 14 years.
And I'm not judging. I've been canceled. I said a person looked like a monkey before. So,
well, I said she had a gorilla nose.
Yeah,
I said things about Portia because things are always said about Natalie. But I've learned over the years that it's okay for everyone to call me anything they want to call me. But when I say something back, it's not okay. So I have learned, okay, guys, I'm a colorist. Okay. I have learned that I need to keep my comments about other people's looks and how they look to myself. But people could say, I think I'm a cute light skin girl. My skin is terrible. I have a big chin. That big chin, bitch.
As if that doesn't hurt your feelings, or it hasn't. You know what I mean?
I think what it is that it's okay for people to come for me because of where I'm at, but it's not okay for me to come for anyone else. So that was in 2009. And, back then, I think, it was more, maybe we could say, hurtful for people to say, oh, you think you're better than me because you're light skinned with your big ass chin. That's why you out here trying to get all these sugar daddies money. You ain't shit. And this. So, and shows back then with Oxygen were extremely edited. And I said things because they said things to me. But I've learned, and I said things about Kate on the show, you and your Republican ass dad, and spit on her. And I've addressed those things from 2009. And we can go back however far you guys want to go back. I've apologized for those comments. I will apologize again for those comments across the board. But again, it goes both ways. And the internet and all the girls, the nun chin, the minion chins, and all the comments, I don't say anything anymore. I just laugh because I'm literally laughing to the bank. So I don't really care. Back then I was clapping back because I was like, nah, bitch, like, you want to talk about me being light skinned, thinking I'm cute with my bad skin and my big chin? Well, bitch, what about you? Let's talk about you and how you look. But again, I've apologized for all of that. I love everybody. I'm far from a colorist. I love culture. I love everybody. I travel the world. I love all shades.
You don't give me colorist vibes at all.
I don't discriminate against anyone. But when motherfuckers come for me back then, I don't do it anymore because I don't care anymore. It's to the point now where I've already won. So I don't need to I don't need to do that. But in 2009, oh yeah, I was clapping back too. You want to hit where it hurts? I'm finna hit it where it hurts too. So, but again, I've apologized for those comments. I cringe when I watch those comments. I cringe when I said the things about Kate and being a racist and a Republican and all those things. Like it was a lot in 2009 when, the back and forth with the girls. But I've learned over the years, I don't need to go back and forth with y'all. I don't need to do that. Like,
I think we say stuff just, kitchen table talk.
I don't anymore. If I said shit now.
but I still read a person and I'll call a bitch a monkey in a minute. But that doesn't mean I'm coming from a colorist place. That means, but you really look like a monkey to me, and it's no shade. Yeah, you know what I mean? But you can't say those things that now. I know.
Armon, I've learned that I really hurt people's feelings at this point when I say things. So like I really am very careful, and I try to be careful on what I do say as a grown woman now. From, when I was 24, 23 years old on Bad Girls Club season 4, there's an audience out there that, will be, will feel offended, will, feel like that wasn't cool, but it's okay. I have learned it's okay for people to attack me. I have thick skin. I've been in this industry for almost 15 years. I'm okay with people coming for me. I've learned it's not okay for me to come for them. Because when I do it, it goes the fuck up. It's like the never-ending story. We're talking about something that happened in 2009. So I've left it alone. Yeah. So they can call me Big Chin. They can call me the bad skin, ugly light skin, big chin, this, that, and that. I'm still here. They're still watching. Millions every Sunday.
Okay. And then before we move on to the infamous Houston auditions, I just want to know, have you talked to your boy Andrew Caldwell?
No, but I saw on the blogs the other day that he's doing some radio show, and I hope he brings me on his radio show like I brought him on my show. So hopefully I can get an interview.
Because Andrew Caldwell said that you guys set him up after he went to go cash that check, baby. You guys played him,
He was talking so much shit to these boys. And then ran. He fucking ran. He didn't call that boy Dylan a white cracker.
Are you serious?
Boy this and white boy that. He was arguing with every single one of that cast members before, and they were all waiting to get in that house because he was there for the promo shoot day, the video shoot, every second he was this, that, and the other. When we get in that house, you dick sucking Milan, you wanted to suck my dick. It was crazy. And then ghost took that first check like we always give everyone the first check before, and he just ran.
Yeah.
Literally ran. We had our talent team looking up flights, trying to figure out if he was getting on a flight up out of there. And then boom, we found that he was on a flight at this airline, with this airlines at the LAX, and we sent cameras. We got one-way tickets for our crew to go up to get through security and went up in there into the lounge. And
you guys paid for tickets just for them to go.
Andrew, where are you going? What happened, Andrew?
And then you cashed the check. You got the check. He's like, well, it's my check.
The check. And you talked all that shit. And today's moving day. That boy ran.
Wow.
He ran.
Okay. And then my other thing, Carry On. Why did y'all let Carry On get beat up like that all season?
Carry-On, you know what? He was on my phone all day today. He is a sweetheart.
He is.
He is a sweetheart. I wish Carry-On always nothing but the best. He has such a great personality. I don't know what's going on in his, his regular life. I think there's a lot of misunderstandings that are happening, but I will say that, he really delivered his infamous line that I love so much was, "We eat those, we eat those."
Yeah. Carry-On is TV gold. Carry-On has this magic where women will love him, gay men will love him, straight people will love him, like, and he's funny. So like, he was perfect for the show.
Free-spirited. He's a great Zeus. We love him. I don't know what's going on with his personal life, and like I said, we wish him nothing.
He deserves a show. A personal show. If you could work that out and do a Carry-On Franklin show, that's a show that people will be here for.
Period.
No shade. I'm not sure what Kirk Franklin said to Olivia at the BET Awards.
And are you about to talk to his daddy? Because
but Carry-On Franklin deserves a show. And before we move on to Houston, I don't know. I heard one of your bad boys got a show, Jonathan. Are you executive producing his show?
I'm going to be on board with Jonathan's show. Yes.
Oh, well, we want to clap that up for boys getting spinoffs, because I'm here for, I love my women. I love my Black women, but I'm always here to see my LGBT getting into spaces and always stepping in front of the camera, because so many times we're always the hairdresser, the personal assistant, the handbag, the stylist. So I'm always here.
We're here for Jonathan.
I'm here for my boys to be in front of the camera. I'm here for that. I love that.
Jonathan is TV gold as well. A lot of this cast was great TV. But Jonathan really came. We didn't get to see too much of him because, like I said, it was so much hate from Milan and all that going on, and we didn't get to get into Jonathan's life. So I want to get more into Jonathan's world. And then I also are you familiar with Bobby, I Love You, Per?
Yeah, Bob. Yeah.
The very first, gay dating show.
Yeah.
It's coming to Zeus. We're super excited. I'm not on board with that one, but I do want to give a special shout out to that show. I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited, and I love Bobby, and I think Jason Lee's a part of executive producing that. So shout out to that. Rolling Ray is a cackle. Yeah, so I'm here for that. Yeah, I'm here for that. I'm here for everybody doing their thing. Now let's move on to the infamous Houston. Now, girl, they were reading because they said that y'all had them people standing out there in the heat. You guys were making them fight, and half the people didn't even get to audition. And I think what people were also calling me and saying that they didn't even get to see you guys. You had them sitting in front of Jonathan, Anthony, and Relly. And you, Blueface, and the other, I don't know who else was doing it. They didn't even see you guys.
So how we had it set up was, first and foremost, a lot of people got there super early.
Okay.
And if they checked their emails, once they registered, because there was a deadline to register, I think the call time was like 12 or 1 o'clock. People were out there at 7, 8 a.m. Kudos to them, though, because they're eager to get in and be the first to be seen. And then, so they were outside for a while, but by the time the line was moving, the first group of panelists of judges that they saw was Curtis, former bad boy, Anthony, and Rose.
Okay.
I decided to bring those bad boys back because they knew what I was kind of looking for.
Okay.
Or, they were already a part of season 1, so they knew. If you got through them, you got to the main stage, where it was myself, Jonathan, and Blueface.
Okay.
And I felt like them two beside me, Blueface and Jonathan, were really gonna help me weed out the Dylans that they really asked the questions.
Boring.
Yeah, I'm like, so they were like, so they're asking questions they so what you like? What you like girls, guys? They were really getting into it more.
And then that's good that you had a straight guy and a gay guy. And
that's what I wanted.
So that was perfect. That's what
I wanted. So it was a long day. It was a whole day thing. We had 2,000 people there.
Wow, okay. It looked like it.
It was a lot.
It went
of
viral.
People.
All the social media was talking about it that day.
Now the fighting in the line, that was fighting. We can't make anybody do anything.
But you filmed it all for the show.
Well, the cameras were just up. Anyways, we missed probably 90% of the fights because we only had certain camera crew in certain places, but they were fighting outside, just fighting because they were fighting.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
That's crazy.
that bitch, I don't like him. Me and him got into it at the club the other night, and they're fighting over shit that had nothing to do with the show.
Okay, well, explain to me the red ticket, because a lot of influencers got that red ticket.
Well, a lot of people got, I had a certain amount of red tickets that were potential for me to, they had to go give we had another table there. We already have everyone's information, because when they signed up to be able to register to come there, we have everyone's information that was there that day, all 2,000 people. Now, the red ticket was, I want to further see and hear more from you.
Yeah.
There was not a lot. I forget how many red tickets we gave, but those red tickets were people who I was like, yo, like, not that the other people, I'm going to go through all 2,000 of those people, go to their Instagrams, reach out, find them. People are tagging me every day. They're in my DMs. People sent tapes, sent their pictures. We have their info. The red tickets, I'm going to tap into a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more.
I think you should, because some of them red tickets, I feel like if they get on, it's going to be a more sexier season. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little bit more.
Who had a red ticket? Who had a red ticket to you?
Well, I think the Mo City guy from Houston, I think he definitely needs to be on the show. The straight guy from Houston, Mo City, he's pretty boy, light skin. I think he has hair. I think he definitely should be on the show. Not really a big fan, but I think Prince from Miami, he should be on the show, because he brings that hype.
There were some like the same thing that happened with Bad Boy season 1. We had some potential like former people. They came just like other ones from the LA season. They sent in tapes and they're good. Prince he lit the fucking stage up. Like,
well, I mean, he's perfect for the show. I mean, he's the perfect for the show.
But I do again want to give everyone opportunities. And like, just like I gave Dylan, Curtis, Mula, Gutta had never been on TV before. Rel's never been on TV before. I'm not looking for just people who are fucking social media, who have a platform and names. A lot of these guys, like the ones I just named, besides Gutta, they only had like, I think Dylan only had 500 followers on Instagram. Now the boys, went through Bad Boys LA, and he's got maybe close to 100,000.
I think there's another boy. He's one of my boys. Why I know him from Atlanta. He's a bartender. He has like a nice body. I think he was like contestant number 1. I think he got a red ticket. He's good. He's gay.
So if you're contestant number 1, you were the first fucking person there that morning.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these people were there. That's what. Like, I just want everyone to know I'm across the board extremely fair. I'm going to watch and look at all the tapes. I'm also even going to look at tapes from potential people from season 1 that we had tapped into maybe casting but didn't make it, or just look at some of those old tapes again, like people that did stand out, because they stand out still in my head. And so I'll go back.
What about some of the people that spoke out and did interviews? Are you going to go consider them?
What interview? What do you mean? Interview?
When they spoke out against the event, I think that they shouldn't get casted if they went and spoke out and did interviews. I don't know why
anybody's talking about. It's like American Idol. People stand in fucking line all fucking day to get on American Idol.
Yeah.
And they potentially don't even get to. They get X'd out. They don't even get to get on the show. Like, I don't know why it's always a problem when
Black people put together something. Yeah. So did you guys make them fight?
No,
because that's what people were saying. You guys were making them fight.
There was a couple guys that were like, there would be like maybe 5 at a time. Step up. You'll have to watch. You'll have to see it. July 17th it airs. Step up.
Oh, July. So we're actually, wait, hold on. That's some tea right there. So we're actually getting a casting episode show.
Yes, on July 17th it drops.
Oh, absolutely. We're here for that. July 17th.
A 2-parts episode.
Oh, yeah, we're watching it and we're reviewing it.
So I asked him to step up. Not to step up to fight. Number 20, number 50. Why should you get a ticket? And well, I don't even know why I'm up here with him. I'll knock his motherfucking ass out right now. And I'm like, wait, what? And then it just dropped the ice and started fighting.
And you like, I'm not gonna get in between these two niggas. But I seen some of the Rails was fighting. Jonathan was fighting.
So I think what happened was, maybe that's, it's like when the potential people who audition saw the Bad Boys, they felt like, I'm better than you.
Oh, okay.
It was like, you wasn't a bad boy on the show, some of them like new motherfuckers. Or I remember one guy said to Rels, I was the one online who talked about your motherfucking mama, bitch. And then it was like,
wow,
it went up. Like it was like weird. Yeah, bad boys.
Okay, before we move on from this, I want to make sure, can we make sure we have a reunion this time? You know, and bitch, throw me in the ring for the host, you know, shameless plug. But I'm just saying, like, because they were blowing y'all up. And let me, you know, I have his number, but he don't be.
I wanted a reunion for my show, for the bad boys.
Yes.
I was pushing for it. I think, you know, it was Milan, Rio. Some of them they were scared. They didn't want Jonathan there.
Okay.
It goes back to that. It goes back to the Jonathan.
Same thing. Why you guys couldn't in LA? You guys Jonathan couldn't be at the red carpet.
It's all the same shit. It's all the same.
So they wouldn't have. Okay. So they
We're
were trying to like stop
Jonathan. Jonathan, I'm not getting my veneers knocked out. I'm not getting my face. William also was doing the same a little bit on the phone. I said, you know what? Cool. I don't care. We won't do it. We'll move on to the audition.
But shouldn't you guys have something in the contracts where everybody don't get their money unless they fulfill the whole thing?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, how do you not have a reunion?
The same way Sarah didn't come to ours on Baddies ATL.
Bullshit.
They're just scared.
But you know, that deprives the fans. We feel some type of way about that.
So then the fans need to attack Milan, Rio, and Mulan because we were ready. But instead, we're giving everyone the 2-part reunion. Yeah. And we brought back the bad boys who wanted to be on it. That's why they were the judges. We brought them back to host it. We're moving on to season 2. They'll get the 2-part reunion. You'll see your favorites too. All of the guys there, Jonathan, Curtis, Rels, Anthony, they all wanted to be on the reunion. So we let them at least come back to host it and be a judge. And they get 2 episodes. And that's just where we kind of landed it with. Now, season 2, we're not playing that game again. You will be doing the reunion.
Period.
That's the end of it.
All right. Moving forward, I'm loving these lashes. Are these yours? You have your own lash line. I didn't know this. I did not know this. So you are a multifaceted businesswoman. So tell us a little bit about the
My lash line is huge. It's funny because I wear lashes like every day, you know, I just like to pop them on and pop them off. I know a lot of people love the services. So I am actually going, and you're hearing it first, going to be opening up a lash bar.
In LA?
And I'm not going to tell you where yet.
Okay.
But I am telling you, I'm opening up a lash bar.
Okay.
We're going to be doing the services.
Wow.
And also selling my lashes because my lashes really, honestly, when I first dropped it, it was just like something I really just like. I wore lashes all the time. And then after about a year of me pushing it, the second year took off. And I do feel like a very good business plan and an online business, all people out there should really be pushing something of some sort and doing it. Because, I mean, I don't like to like toot my own horn, but I saw $500,000 worth of lashes a year.
Are you serious? So like lashes. You got money even on the back end with lashes. I'm saying, so you don't stop.
Like it's nothing to start a little lash line and just keep at it and push and keep pushing and believe in yourself. And it wasn't doing no numbers in the beginning. It was doing a few units a day. And, you know, I just think it's important for even women out there and men to hear, like, stick with, like, if it's an online boutique, if it's you're selling, whatever you're selling, like, you know, just keep at it because now I am going to start expanding. I'm going to have I'm going to open up my first little lash bar, and I will be doing the services in there, not myself, but I will again be hiring people and employing people to work for me. And I'm
inspired by this, and I even see like it's serious. You got the Natalie lashes in the background at your house.
This is my makeup vanity room.
You love it. You love the lashes. You love it.
I live for my lashes. So these is my summer collection. These are my Mykonos lashes. But the girls on the show had a whole suitcase on Baddies South. And they would just come to my room and snatch the lashes up. And the girls are wearing my lashes throughout the whole show. And they always know I got the lashes. So, but every girl needs a lash.
So where can they find this at? Let me put the website in the chat right now.
Yeah. I am Natalie Nunn. Nunn. My lashes are popping. They're very boutique-y lashes. Because what would happen to me was
I am NatalieNunn.com.
I am Natalie Nunn. Net.com. And I would go to these boutiques like the Mac store and they'd have like no good lashes. And so I started getting into like big, glamorous, boutique fun lashes that, you know, like long 25 mm's. Like, bitch, hello, my lashes is walking in the room before I do, period.
Yeah. And so you got the lash line. Are you still doing the waist trainers too?
Yes. So the fitness company, Jacob kind of runs it because this man is like living in the gym right now. I need to get my ass back in the gym, but I've been so wrapped up in the TV and these reality shows. I know everyone has so much to say about me gaining weight on the show, but I promise you, give me the fall.
Girl, do not worry about that, child.
After we do Bad Boys 2 and Baddies 3 this year. Yes, Baddies 3 is coming this year too. I will be all fall and back in the gym. I need to lose at least 20 pounds for sure.
Which one is your favorite show? Baddies or Bad Boy? I feel like Baddies is your favorite show. But I mean, which one do you like the most?
No, I loved My Boys because I wanted that since 2011.
Yeah.
They're giving me the biggest headache.
Yeah. But you get to really sit back and kind of pop in on your boss shit though for that one. You know what I'm saying?
They're giving me the biggest headache. Like, they are worse than the girls. They are serious divas. I get a call from at least 3 or 4 of the cast members every day.
Still?
Today was Gutta. It was Carry On. And yesterday was William, Carry On. Not that I care. I love them, but they need my attention. Like, they're Mama Nat, more than the girls.
Yeah.
Every day. And it's something every day. And I know Gutta's birthday's coming up, so he keeps calling like, I come to my birthday, and it's on Thursday. And I'm like, this is my month off. This is my only month off of fucking working. And like, y'all, fuck. Like, they're crazy. But yeah.
And speaking of Mama Nat, it's like, it's your 10-year anniversary coming up, and you have a daughter of your own, like a real actual daughter.
Yes.
And so I noticed that you were.
Our 10-year anniversary just passed.
Oh, it just passed. Sorry. But I noticed that you were out here working, and shout out to you and Zeus Network doing the Black Pride thing. It's very important. I'm here for showing, pride in us people of LGBT community support.
Yes.
I'm really big on that. So I really respect that. And I see that you were out here, but you were out here with your family too. Like, you were out all night doing your working thing and hosting parties and bookings. I seen you brought your man to the Continental. You're like down the street from me. And then the next morning you were out with the baby at a theme park looking at the sea, like at the whales or something, at the dolphins. I'm like, damn, like I would be hung over. Like, how do you manage all of that?
Lemmy had us host Black Pride. And he came out, he sponsored, Brandon Anthony, shout out to Brandon Anthony, throws like all the I guess the gay club parties and stuff in Hollywood and WeHo. And so we sponsored them, and it was like, the signs came out, Zeus supports Pride, and that was super cool because even Lemmy came out to the gay clubs and he supported, and the whole Zeus team came out. And then I was missing Journey, and I was missing my husband because the week before was BET weekend. So I stayed for a whole week and a half, and I was like, I miss Journey. I miss my husband. So I flew them in with, we have a nanny, but she's really a tutor for summer and stuff, but she works with us all year. And so I flew all of them in, and I would wake up in the morning, go to the pool with Journey, hang out. We went to see the Minions. It dropped on Friday. We went to the theme parks, and then I would be out at night.
Yeah. And so how do you explain that to, but how do you explain like who you are? Does your daughter know who you are? Like, you know what I mean? Does she get it?
Running up to us. People go, she's 5. She just turned 5. But she definitely knows like mommy's somebody because everybody's running for a picture. So it's funny because there's a video that goes around where Kim Kardashian's daughter North, when she was little, said, "No pictures." No pictures.
Yeah.
Journey now tells people no pictures. Like, she's like, no pictures. And she's pulling me and trying to go do whatever. It was like we were at the Grove. And we were by the water fountain, and people kept coming for pictures. No pictures, and pulling me to throw more coins into the water fountain. But I feel like I just have a good balance. Like, that's the most important thing, is being able to juggle Hollywood and home, and be able to like really have time management under control. So I think that's a big part of success, like time management and being able to be a super mom, be involved, give my husband the attention he needs, and then work. Like I work and I provide not just for myself, but for my family. And I have extended family, and I have a lot. My overhead is a number that most people's faces would probably drop to the floor. And I do it so that everybody eats and everybody's winning. And that's another reason why I continue to want to even do projects with some of these bad girls that I don't get along with, because I don't know what they got going on and what their bank accounts and their money's looking like. So I'm like, fuck it, bring that bitch, let's go, let's turn this bitch up and like whatever. Like, because
would you ever let your daughter do reality TV or work in Hollywood? Like when she gets of age, are you going to push her to that?
No, Journey doesn't need to do anything but go to school, get an education, and play sports, and that's all she needs to do. Because her situation in life is completely different than mine was. So
so
she ain't gotta do much of nothing but just be an awesome kid across the board. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, and then I feel like it's just important for everyone to eat. So that's what. Let me tell you, I told all the bad boys that same thing. When they said they didn't want to do the reunion, I tapped in with all of them, starting with William, starting with Moolah. I said, guys, these other bad boys might need a check right now. Just show up. You can show up, say 2 things, and storm off the stage if you don't want to do any. But you not showing up, 3 or 4 of you not coming, they're taking from the rest of them. They might need the money. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they need right now, what their money's looking like. So that's why when we did the auditions, I brought all my bad boys to come co-host with me and be a judge, put money in their pocket. They got paid.
Absolutely. I fuck with that.
Period.
Let me ask you, I mean, you don't have to answer this, a little personal, but like when you're online and people are saying all these things about your husband and you're cheating on him and you have to be in Hollywood and you're working with all these men, like, do you have that conversation with your man? Or like, after 10 years, he probably knows you, but it's like, did he be like, all right, girl, like, don't be out there doing no crazy shit.
Jacob and I are like this.
Okay.
More locked in than anybody could probably believe. That man knows me inside and out. He knows me better than I know myself.
Yeah.
Our relationship and our marriage, no one can ever come between us. Our unity is like, it's crazy. Like, people can say whatever they want to say, but him and I, he knows everying.
And I like that he allows you to be yourself. Like, you can be the crazy NATALIE Nunn. Like, he loves that.
He will never change me. He will always support me. He will always be by my side. The other night, we went to the gay club. And we were hosting it.
And I seen him there. Jacob
came and he sat there because, technically I do have him. He's registered. He is like my security guard as well.
Yeah.
So besides the fact that he's my husband, but he is licensed to carry. He is, he doesn't fuck around about me. So he came because at that night, I didn't have my security guard in LA with me that night, but he was with me the rest of the nights, my security guard, because Jacob doesn't really want to go out. He is quiet, low key, kick back, does his own thing with his business online, with the Fit by Pains, and he handles that and he does his own shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's about to open up his gym where we live locally, his own gym. So I support Jacob. Jacob supports me. And I guess a lot of people want to see more of Jacob. That's why we had him in the first episode of Baddies South.
Yeah.
Like, where's Jacob? He's right here. Matter of fact, let me tell you what he just did while I've been sitting here.
Okay.
He just brought me dinner.
Oh, see, period. And that looks real healthy too.
Jacob is a fucking cook. Because I'm going to tell you, I do not get in the kitchen.
Really?
I can cook, but I'm like, he cooks dinner for me. Jacob is the motherfucker.
You love him. So what did you guys do for your 10-year anniversary?
So I was filming Baddies.
Oh.
So after we filmed, it was like a week and a half later when we wrapped the show, me, Jacob, and Journey went to Cabo, to like our favorite little resort in Mexico. And we were trying to make a baby. No, I'm just kidding. No. But we're just vibe, like whatever kind of goes with Jacob and I. With like, we travel. We're doing his birthday's this month, so we're doing Mykonos, and we do our own little thing when I have time. Like, but again, he understands. Like, the wave comes. Like, I was on TV for a few years. Then I was pregnant with Journey. I took 2 years off. I was eager to get back in and work again. And you know, so he just kind of like, now's your moment. You got Baddies. You finally got your bad boy show. Go run it up. Have fun.
And he's not a hater, and he's not trying to stop you or slow you down.
I know a lot of these girls in this industry, their men are like, sit down.
Yes.
They don't want to see their women winning over them. Or shining or making more money over them. Jacob's not like that. You know, he's chill. He's like, man, he goes up to the gym here in our local town where we live, and they're like, we see your wife, we follow her. Oh my God, she's everywhere. So Jacob's like, man, now he's like, she's going crazy. Yeah, she is. She's going crazy.
You know, I like that about you guys, because I was on your story like a few weeks ago, and I just loved how like it took me back to a place of like being like regular. Like you guys had your trampoline in the backyard, and you guys had playing with your daughter. Like, and you had, I don't know if you had a dog.
Balance for me. It's a balance. When I come home,
I was like, I like that side of you. That was cool.
When I come home, it's like night and day from outside.
Yeah.
And it's a good balance, and it works. Jacob's a Cancer. I'm a Capricorn woman. We're strong-minded. Okay. We're all about business. And he's so laid back and chill that when I come home, I get back into like regular, like, okay, I'm not outside. It ain't lit. I love the city we live in. Roseville. Everyone's like, why the fuck do you guys live there? Because it's normal. It's chill. Because I live a crazy life outside.
And you have a daughter, period.
And Journey can go out front, play with all the neighbors, and it's just like chill. Like, but again, when I am on the road, I do fly them out. I don't always post everything. I know people assume a lot because they don't see so much of the family life. I've never had my own reality show. I'm not eager to have it, because then you're going to tap into the real world where Natalie's not screaming and yelling and fighting bitches, and then people are going to be like, so is she really like that? And is this an act? Like, I just live like, it's a balance. Like, I just live two completely different lives. I have my normal friends I grew up with in the Bay, my mom, my dad, my brother, my nephew. It's like, it's just two worlds, completely different worlds.
Okay. And then another thing I want to ask you about these flumes. These things that she be smoking. Curl, you be doing a double. Two. You always have one.
I noticed that if you have two different flavors, it's like a hookah, that when you get the hookah mix. So now I'm like,
them things make my stomach hurt. Sometimes I get lightheaded sometimes if I get a real good fresh one. So two is a bit much.
The fresh ones are the best.
Yeah,
I have two, because I take a smaller puff, but then you get the mix of your two favorite flavors.
Okay.
And it goes stupid when you got two.
No, because I didn't believe my man when we were at the Hollywood Unlocked Awards, the Impact Awards. He was like, "Did you see that? Like, she don't fuck around with those flumes." I said, "What do you mean?" He was like, "She had two like this." I said, "No, she did not." And sure enough, you did. He's like, "She don't fuck around."
I get 100 DMs a day saying, "What hookah pens are you guys smoking on Baddies?" The problem is, I started, now all of the girls are like smoking these pens out, and I'm not addicted at all, because I can go weeks without it.
Natalie,
I promise. I just like it. Like, I don't know. It's
those things are addicting. Bitch, you got two of them. Yes. But you're addicted. I've never seen you without that.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I had them, but I can go weeks without it.
Okay.
It's not, I just like them. It's not like I need it. It's just like, I like them.
Oh, okay. I don't believe you, because I'm like, girl, I have not seen you without that motherfucker. But listen, and if I don't put mine down for a week, I'm like, you making me want one now. And I'm like, and we got 5 of them in here. No, we literally have 5 of them. Like, they're that addicting.
I can't see the comments. Are they laughing?
Okay, yeah. So now this is the part of the show. If you want to they're reading me, they're reading you, they're liking the show, they're talking shit. If you want to talk to any of your fans, we can bring them up. If there's anything that you feel like I've left out, or you just want to, let us know in the about the interviews part so far, go ahead and let us know. Because this is pretty much a wrap. We can take some comments from people if you want.
Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do, I'll bring a couple of people on to talk to Natalie Nunn, ask her any questions. We're going to be very respectful, though. We're not going to be too nasty and rude, because you will get removed. Okay. So if you want to come on here and ask Natalie Nunn a question, you can ask her a question or make a statement about the interview. I'll click the link here. It is here. And yeah, so they'll come on shortly. They just got to, you know how it works. It clicks the link. But
Yeah.
I just want to tell you.
Was there any questions that came to you before or prior that we didn't that you didn't ask?
No, I got two. I got a lot of. I posted this on my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my YouTube. I got hundreds of questions on both, and a lot of them were just.
I hope I answered them.
You did, but a lot of them, I wanted to make sure that I really vibed with you, and I wanted to make sure we had a good balance of messy and a good balance of regular talk.
Messier?
No, but my thing, my thing was all of their questions were like messy. You know what I mean?
Have like are your lives messy usually?
Well, I do celebrity gossip, so we talk about celebrity news, pop culture. But then I say I have NATALIE NUNN on here. What happens is people are looking at all these interviews about you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they have all these questions because the word on the curb is, when you're in this position, people look at you as the narcissist. And, a lot of times, even me doing YouTube, I get that, because I have other people that have done YouTube channels. I may have friends that may have YouTubes and their YouTubes are not maybe as successful as mine or this, that, and the third. And somehow it looks like if I'm not putting you on my channel, if I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, then I'm somehow the bad guy. You know what I mean? The more popular you are, the more you are the narcissist, and the underdog always seems to be the one that everybody supports.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You like, I don't know. It's like this underdog syndrome that people live for. And it's just like, bitch, if these motherfuckers worked half as hard, then maybe we'd see the same results. But anyway, we got a person. What's going on, Tatiana? What's your question? Okay, she wasn't ready. Okay, Yalora, what's your question? Okay, she wasn't ready. Cash, what's going on?
Hi, so I just wanted to say that I just feel like a lot of the other girls really hate on NATALIE. And I feel like watching this interview kind of made me realize certain things about NATALIE. Or like, I feel like I see you in a better light. Like, I feel like the other girls are mad because you kind of give them opportunities and they don't know how to capitalize off of it. So they get upset and run to the internet and then make it seem like you're like this horrible person that I don't think you are.
Oh,
and
thank you, Cash.
And I feel like it's just not fair. Like, or even when can I mention other people or don't?
Sure.
It's up to her. It's up to her.
Yeah. Okay. So like even the interview with Christina that I saw on YouTube, I feel like what you're saying is kind of making more sense than what is said in the interview, because it kind of makes it seem like everyone makes it seem like there's something wrong with you, but it's like you guys have issues. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys sound unhinged when you guys tell stories. Like the pieces aren't coming together. So I just wanted to say that. And yeah, girl.
Well, shout out to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cash.
Ask, what does she feel about Milan knocking off Bad Boy show? I think she answered that already.
Well, no, I didn't. I feel like that's just his way of being upset and mad about how he acted on the show, and he didn't like the way, it wasn't edited, it was what he did. And I think he just is trying to get under our skin, because I got a lot of text messages from Milan that were very nasty and not nice and threatening me, and I would never release those things, but I am going to speak on it. And I feel like this is his way of trying to get our attention and to start something, to just be, just nasty. And it's just kind of like, first of all, you can't do it. So, and you can't do it. So, but it's his way of getting my attention and Zeus's attention.
They said, what happened at the sit down between her, Lil Kim, and Zeus? Are they working on a show? You had to sit down with Lil Kim and Zeus?
Yeah, so I brought Kim over to meet with Lemmy. We had a dinner.
Big girl things.
I would love for Kim to come to the Zeus Network. I saw her at Diddy's house party the other day with Lemmy and Zeus and everyone, and we said hi and stuff like that. I think just some of the ideas that Kim would want to do and some of the ideas that we would want to do, we would have to really sit down and get into it a little more. But I would love for Kim. I think Kim would do so well at Zeus. And I think Kim is just like, reality.
But
TV.
Kim ain't finna be doing all that fighting now, so.
No, not with that. Not any. She was going to do her own thing.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, what's going on, Brandon? Talk to us.
Hey, Armon, thank you for letting me in the room. Hey,
Hi,
NATALIE.
Brandon. Hi.
I'm so happy I get to finally talk to you, man. I've been supporting you for the longest. I've been down since Bad Boys USA, since y'all first started this. Like, I flew from Miami up to Atlanta. I didn't get to make it to Houston, but big ups to you. Big ups to all the boys that's trying out. I like what you're doing at Zeus. Like, you a boss, man. You do a lot for us, man. I'm so excited for this opportunity just to get to talk to you. I wish I could have made it to Houston, but I really like what you're doing.
Well, if you auditioned for Bad Boys USA in 2011, I would love for you to personally send in a tape for me so I can know.
Oh, wow.
That was 2011. And if you flew all the way up.
I flew from Miami to Atlanta when it was Bad Boys USA.
It was in DC. It was in DC.
Yeah, I flew.
I believe you. So I want
you lying. You don't even know where you flew to. Bye.
Yeah, no, I flew to Atlanta.
Okay,
no,
you ain't got.
Atlanta.
It wasn't in Atlanta. He lying. He got to move on. Okay, King Tate, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey,
what's up, Natalie?
Hi, honey. How are you?
Man, I'm good. I was auditioning for Bad Boy season 2, man, and I didn't audition, but I tried to fly into Houston, you know.
Okay.
And my job hold me, and I was like, man, I didn't get to meet you or Blueface.
Okay. So did you send a tape in from season 1?
No, I didn't send a tape in.
Okay, well, shit, you got to go because you're bullshitting. Hey, Brianna, this is not your Bad Boys audition, especially if you're not going to know what the fuck you talking about. Okay, Brianna Petrie, what's going on?
I'm doing okay. So my question is for Miss Natalie Nunn. It's in regards to that fight that happened with Sarah, because I know that was a lot for you guys, and I know that you guys have a lot of history. And so, do you ever, in a million years, think that you guys will ever talk it out, anything like that? Because I feel like you guys do have a lot of memories and a lot of history, but I just want to see if she will ever be genuine or things like that, you know.
So Brianna, a lot of the people who have followed my times on TV, and you're not the only BGC fan who's asked. I feel like things went extremely too far, but again, I don't hold grudges. I don't hold hate in my heart. I just feel like we are gonna just move on from that friendship and move forward, and there's no need for me to look back. There's not ever going to be a friendship there again. There was just too many lies, talking about my family, talking about my daughter, talking about my mom, talking about my husband, and all the lies were just so nasty that I feel like I can forgive her for what she's done, but I'm not going to be able to go back to be friends again. So we're just going to leave it at that. I don't know what the future holds, but as of right now, I'm just cool with the relationship right now not being a relationship at all. It's way healthier. I don't get a million weird calls from her crying. It's too much.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just having to move quick because we can't even have any more people come in. There's so many people trying to get in here. So I'm just letting them ask their question. I'm bringing them down. Okay, go ahead. Ginger Love.
Hey, I just wanted to say that do not let those comments about people talking about your weight get to you. It might seem like people in your DMs determine what everyone else is thinking, but it really doesn't, because if you didn't mention your weight, I would have never thought about it. Secondly, I also wanted to say that, dang, I just went blank. But okay, Armon, it's okay, just remove it.
Thank you.
Ginger,
but she was nice though.
I do want to say, Ginger Love, that was really nice, because this is the first time that I've actually been on camera where my weight is heavier than I've ever been, and it doesn't really bother me. It's more happy weight, and I know that by the age I'm at right now, I'm not little Natalie anymore in my 20s. But I will tell all you women, when you get to your mid-30s, it changes, and after you have a baby, it changes even more. So I mean, I'm okay with where I'm at, but I do the healthier Natalie is 20 pounds less. That's just where I'm more comfortable, just in my own skin, not just my appearance.
But I will say, that wasn't what I was thinking about, or any so she did have a point. No one was thinking about that. If you didn't mention it, I wasn't thinking about it.
Well,
yeah. But I get it. People use that as a dig, but
they do, and it's okay. I do care, just a healthier me. I'm not even talking about the camera, me, and
Optimism. Go ahead. Let's get it in.
Hey, Armon, I just wanted to tell y'all that I love both of y'all. And
Thank
NATALIE,
you.
I just want to tell you, you are doing your shit. Like, regardless of what people say to you, you are employing a lot of people that other networks will not even consider. Can't tell you who
I
to
agree.
cast, of course, but there's one guy I just got to say, Rich.Zay is hilarious. Please look at him. And I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we got Pierre on here.
Hey, NATALIE. Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's going on?
I had two quick questions. Would you want to address the rumors that you were allegedly sleeping with Curtis, and would you ever let Red be on Baddies?
So again, I'll start with your first question. I'm not sleeping with any of the boys from my cast. That is an absolute rumor and a lie. It's annoying that the bad boys are saying this stuff, or whoever's saying it. I have a relationship with all of my bad boys. They can call my phone, text me, ask me for things. If they need things, I know what's going on personally with all of them. And I have a relationship with all of them, period. Number two, I asked Red to join the show. I did a conversation with Red. She got a nice check for the day. I also the team reached out to Red in regards to doing Baddies season 2. It's the girls and who they think they are. I want $1 million. Just, the childish stuff that they're doing just because they think maybe they want to, be where I'm at. They want what I'm getting. They want executive producer. I want this money. It's just like, I know that they're not seeing these kind of numbers. They weren't seeing these kind of numbers at Oxygen. It's way more money than that they were ever getting, as they should, because they would be coming back for another show. But again, they're not gonna try to play Zeus Network and a Black-owned network saying I need $250,000 to do this. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you wouldn't get that at VH1. You wouldn't get it at MTV. You wouldn't get it. You didn't get it at Oxygen. Like,
and why the fuck are people saying you're sleeping with Curtis? I think Curtis is the most unproblematic person. Happy to be there. I think was a perfect bad boy
because he was the only straight one that I get. I mean, Moolah was straight. I don't know what's going on, but again, he was the only one that was straight. So
and understood the assignment. Like, I feel like Curtis was one of those ones that was just like, I'm here for the opportunity, and I'm here not for a long time, but for a good time. I fuck with the gays, I fuck with NATALIE, and I'm gonna do my thing.
They had to say something. They have to say something, and they think
I like Curtis.
Curtis is a very unproblematic guy. He's sweet.
Yes.
He's trying his hardest to get out there right now. He's came to me. He's came to the Zeus Network about his music. He's came to us about doing other things, moving forward.
He'll go far because he knows how to not be problematic and mesh with everyone. You know what I'm saying? So
he's not doing anything. I'm not sleeping with none of the cast. It's just getting
that's crazy.
Annoying. It's crazy.
That doesn't make any sense. Come on. And then it makes you almost have to say bad things about Curtis because it's like, girl, no, Curtis is cool. You know what I mean? All right, Sway, we got a couple more. Sway, what's going on?
NATALIE, my question for NATALIE is, first of all, congratulations to you on all your success you've been doing. I think you came so far, and you doing immaculate. Congrats on both of your shows. But NATALIE, my question for you is, and I just want you to be really honest, who is your favorite bad girl?
I asked her that. Let's see.
My favorite bad girl?
Yeah. And it could be from baddies or bad girls, wherever, just in general.
It's going to sound so crazy, but I have a lot of favorites. And it's going to sound like I'm just trying to I think Jayla is just all around a fucking star. She's super smart. She knows how to bring it. She's a businesswoman. She's about her money. She's about, she's just she knows how to walk in the room and to demand the attention in good ways. And she's just on her shit. She's got her bathing suit, normal culture line. A lot of these bad girls don't even have a fucking anything they're selling. They're not selling shit. She's got normal culture popping. She's about to do Miami Swim Week. she's also very spiritual. She's well like rounded. She travels. She's
messy.
She's a Natalie.
Okay.
I'm not saying she's me, but she's fucking a Natalie, you know. She's a Jayla.
Okay, JC, what's going on?
Hey, Armon.
They in the comments saying Jayla is boring boots. They saying she's boring boots. I'm just, you wanted to know what they said. They said Jayla is boring boots.
No, she's
but go ahead.
Hey, Armon.
Go ahead,
Hey, what's going on? I'm a huge fan, Mr. 40K. Let's get into it.
Okay.
Hey, Natalie. I just want to say I love you. At first, I was like, I didn't like you at first, but then once I got to know you and see you on TV, I was like, I was out of line for not disliking this girl. She is everything. She is a boss baddie for real. So I am sorry.
It's okay.
But, I have a question though. So was that scripted when Sarah pulled up to the house to have a conversation with you when she?
I asked that.
JC, no, I swear to God, when the producers came to me, they said Sarah had just been reaching out to them like a few days prior. And I was like, yo, what the fuck are y'all? I thought they were playing with me. It was so not scripted. She really came. I just didn't believe that she was really coming. So I was drinking, enjoying my day, and the bitch came through the fucking door. I actually thought they were playing with me.
Okay, if you ask anything I'm asking already, I'm removing you. Tati.
Hi, Natalie. Oh my God, I love you. I love you. So quick question. Do you think you and Sarah would ever rekindle like your relationship at all?
No.
Girl, he already asked.
I already asked that. You gotta go. I'm about to end the calls because I already asked that. Okay, I asked everything everybody want to know. Clearly, I did my job. Okay, Dom, go ahead.
Oh, I got a question. Natalie, how much did the Claremont sue Oxygen for?
I really don't know. I heard a lot of different rumors and numbers about that. I don't know.
What's your guess?
My guess? I mean, they fucked up a lot of their shit. So I don't know if it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I know that they did get some kind of a check for it. But I don't know the number. Maybe a couple $100,000, to be honest with you.
Do you fuck with the Claremont? That was a good question because I'm like, they're really outside. Like they really outside.
I fuck with the Claremont twins. I've reached out to them a few times in regards to possibly coming onto Zeus or doing a conversation about the shit with their stuff that got ruined, or even just coming on and making cameos on Baddies. I think in the near future there could be something that we can do there. I think just as of right now, we're just really like, it's season 2. We're getting things up and off the ground. It has never been a hard no. It's always just kind of been like, let's sit down with Lemmy and Zeus and talk about it. We have not had a sit down with the Claremonts and Zeus. I've just reached out to them and they're like, let's have a meeting. Let's talk about numbers and stuff. So it could be a season 3 thing. It could be a season 4 thing. I don't know.
But, you know, to me, they kind of give me that they feel like they're bigger than the Bad Girls anything. You know, they feel like they're a little bit, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's okay. I mean, I feel like, you know, a lot of us are, it's Baddies. It's not Bad Girls. We're not kids anymore. It's not little girls. Like, you know, maybe a show that would.
Baddies could be cute for the Claremonts, though. It could
be. It could be a Baddies like edition where we do something that makes sense for them. Or like this one was Baddies South. Maybe we do Baddies business. I don't know.
Yeah. So I like where your brain is going.
Yeah, it could be something we maybe just save them for another season, or we save whenever we do
You're taking this Baddies thing into different genres, different like beyond what people see. It's bigger than that. It's
Baddies Nigeria, Baddies Dubai,
and Africa, Baddies not Lagos and Nigeria. That shit will be a big one because you know that's like the African thing is huge right now.
Maybe we save them and we say maybe we do a Baddies music edition and we have Dream Doll and we have all the rappers, all the things like we, you know.
I like where you're going with that. You're a very smart woman. Okay, we got 2 more and then we out of here. Desiree Simone.
Hey, okay, so I just wanted to say, when will you have like a Baddies Bay Area edition? That would be so cool.
Okay, that's what we talking about.
Because
The
I'm from the
Baddies
Bay. I've been
East
waiting, this
Oakland.
girl. I've been
There's
waiting.
something coming, and that's all I can say.
Yeah, girl, we need something in the Bay.
Exactly. That's what I've been waiting on. Like, we don't get appreciated enough.
No, don't you
The
worry,
Bay does
girl.
not get the love enough from the entertainment industry at
Don't
all.
you worry, girl.
If you're not into tech or some kind of shit like that, you can fucking hang it up.
Don't you worry, Desiree. You're like 1-2 steps ahead real quick.
Okay, girl. I'll be waiting. Show up on your
right.
Instagram. I keep up.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, that is true. We do need something for the Bay, Natalie. Now that you in there.
Don't worry, Armon. Something's coming.
Okay. Tiana's world. What's going on? You got too much cleavage going on. I have to remove you. Hey.
Oh.
I don't like that. That get me taken down. Young Dre.
Hey, Natalie. I just want to ask, what do you think about casting any Jocelyn Cabaret girls for season 3 or any further seasons?
I would first go to my Zeus sister Jocelyn for those permission. Because I'm not stepping on Jocelyn's toes, and just like Jocelyn's not, stepping on mine. We're Zeus sisters.
Yeah.
We're trying to build an empire here at Zeus and keep ourselves at a home for our own shows and stuff. And I would definitely, before I would do anything like that, I would ask Jocelyn how she feels, and if she was okay with it, we would move forward and we would, potentially do something like that.
They so stupid in the comments. Let me tell you, this is what they talking about. They talking about why didn't you connect any of your hits with Sarah?
Because I was drunk.
She was drunk.
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe she was really coming, so I kept drinking all day. We might have to do another conversation.
All right, Natalie. Now listen, this has been fucking fantastic.
I've had fun with you, Armon.
I have fun with you too. Did you want to leave your fans anything else? Is there anything else that we did not turn over that you need to let us know right now?
No,
Baddies Bay Area?
I can't say much because Zeus was probably watching.
Yeah.
But I will say that there's a Baddies season 3 is greenlit, so we will be doing a Baddies season 3 this year. Bad Boys season 2 is up next. So I'm working on that remotely from home, watching all of your tapes. Please still send your tapes. The cast is not casted 100%.
Where do they send the tapes?
Well, if they sent the tapes from season 1, I'm also re-looking at a lot of those. If they registered from the auditions, meaning even if they didn't come, but they had a registered thing, I'm looking at all of those. I think there was like 2,000 of them. And I'm watching all of the people, reviewing all of the things that they did at the auditions. Whether or not they made it to my main stage or not, everything was filmed. I am actually pulling and looking at all of those. So I'm working tremendously from my laptop every day watching shit. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired, guys, but I'm doing everything. DM me, send me the tapes right from here. But again, I am really looking at casting from Houston. So because I want to give everybody the opportunity that came out, that flew out. And then you registered, your name's in the database. I'm looking at your Instagrams. I'm literally popping into people's pages.
Okay, let me ask you this. So what are you looking for? What is the bad, like, what are you looking for on these audition tapes? Just a little, for the people that's here, they get a sneak preview of what you're looking for.
I'm looking for big personalities. Like, you don't have to be, I was never necessarily the fighter. I was the party girl. I like to have a good time. Are you going to say something in your tape that's going to wow me? Like, oh yeah, I got a girl and a boy. I think Dylan told me something about he went to his boyfriend's house and the boyfriend was sleeping with a girl and he lit the car on fire out front. Like, I was like, oh, I want to know more. Like, it's like, I want you to wow me about whatever your story is. Like, whatever your story is, I want to hear it. Like, quickly, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm looking for. So that's one thing Dylan did say that wowed me. He said I pulled up to his boyfriend's house. He thought he was going to work, but he got the day off. He got to the house. He was sleeping with a girl and he lit the car on fire out front. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is the shit.
Should the tape be a certain amount of time? Because do you stop listening after some point? Like, for the people that's here listening, they get a sneak preview.
I let them go for 30 seconds. That's why it took me fucking from the last year.
So don't send in no 5-minute fucking tape, guys.
No, it's like a minute. I will watch up to like your first minute, where you're from, how old you are, your name, and then they get right in. They all do. They just jump right into it. And I'm just looking for like funny shit or something that's like like just crazy, like Jonathan has a pet monkey. Oh shit! Like just something crazy about you or your life, like why you should be on TV. Well, like, you know, did you slap the shit out of? It's just whatever it is, it's funny or you're just whatever. I like,
and not these stupid ass outfits that you guys be putting on, think it's fashion. That's what's fucking with me. And I'm gonna be talking about that on the fucking auditions, because you motherfuckers in Houston look the goddamn fool.
Oh,
that's my own personal thing. They look so goddamn stupid.
I like
them
when
outfits.
they just like rip their shirts off and they're like, "Rah, bad boy," and then they get into like, I don't care. It's like
yeah, but it's
people
the
don't
big,
care
it's the
who-
between the Saucy Santana and RuPaul for me that I wasn't here for. It was trying to be too much. No, it was just trying to be too much scene. You know, like you don't have to do all that to be fly. Like them motherfuckers was looking stupid.
I'm looking for straight guys, gay guys, everything. It doesn't just wow me. Just wow me. That's it. And the cast 100% is not casted. I don't know where that rumor keeps coming up from. Like they already picked no the fuck we haven't. Like I'm doing it now. Like I sit in the bed with Jacob and we were just at the one hotel. My laptop, he's watching with me. We're entertained. I want to be entertained. And when you're 1 minute clip, fucking entertain me. Like, wow, this guy needs to be on TV. His story needs to be heard or whatever it is. You know, I'm not looking for celebrities. I'm not looking for Instagram followers. Like I'm here for whoever's gonna make me just be like, oh, I want to go to his Instagram page.
A lot of people saying they're here for Shamar. I'm actually here for that too. That'd be a fucking key.
I met Shamar in Houston. Shamar was entertaining. I'm ready for anything and everybody that's gonna fucking entertain me.
Put Shamar and Roland Ray on the show. That'd be a fucking
okay.
All right. So listen, Natalie Nunn, thank you for coming on. I'll send you a DM. We were talking the DMs. But thank you so much for
much fun.
I had fun too.
Armon Wiggins show. You are keep doing your thing. I'm gonna send more baddies and the bad boys to do interviews with you.
Yes. And since I'm in LA, we can do them in studio. We can do them in person. So let the people know. Listen, and let me know.
I'm here for my bae.
Yes, and let me know. Stop ignoring my text messages. I need that reunion.
You might need to be there at the reunion. But we didn't get the bad boys one this year, but we're definitely getting to see
one of them. I mean, I don't even have to do this one, but one of them, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna be honest with you now. This is a shameless plug. I honestly was saying that I wanted it, but I didn't really care if I didn't get it because I felt like whoever you guys had, they were gonna be telling you that I should have did it. So I'd rather it go that way because I already know. Bitch, it's no one gonna do the reunion. It's no one gonna do it like me. Period.
You are a great interviewer. Maybe we should talk about Baddies potentially season 2.
Yeah, I mean, listen. When you're looking for a new face to get into some things, when y'all stop hiring the girls that everybody's seen already, call me. No one's gonna do it.
I have not taken one interview all year. You're the only interview I've done. So you've gotten some good tea. I've given you everything from the horse's mouth and the truth. Now one lie told, and
then we also got to know you. We also got to know you though, and what I really liked is when the fans come up and say, "This interview made me like you." You know, and I literally had like written down here. It says like this says right here, intentions and goals, and this says get people to know the real Natalie Nunn. And I feel like I did that.
You did a good job, and I'm here to support whatever you got going on.
Yeah,
whatever you need from me, Armon. You know, anything that can help you even do bigger things with your show, just let us know. I will always tap in with Zeus. If you can't get Mr. Plumber on the phone, call me and we'll get his ass on 3.
Oh, well, I need your number.
He's a very busy man, but we can get him online, baby.
Yeah, I just bamboozle you guys when I see you guys and hey, it's me. I'm
he
here.
Loves you though. He
I'm in
this. He knew I was doing the show today, and he was excited about it and everything.
Yeah.
He okayed my interview with you because he's very protective of anything we're doing.
Well, quiet as it's kept, before it was as big as what it was. Like I brought a lot of people to the show during the Black China. I interviewed the whole cast, and then they striked my channel because I had kind of played some content. But my people went over there and swarmed, and you know they came back and they took the strike down. We worked together, but so you know I brought a lot of people.
He's only said great things about you.
Yeah, I fuck with Zeus.
Let's figure out you coming down and doing some hosting stuff, and we'll talk about it anyways.
All right, I'm here, boo. So I'll see you later. I love you too. Slide in the DM.
All of my fans and all of your fans enjoyed it, and I had a good time.
All right, Natalie. See you.
I love you guys. Peace
out. All right, that was Natalie Nunn, everybody. Okay, so listen, I want to say shout out to you, Natalie. Don't go anywhere if you're still there. But shout out to you. Thank you guys for coming in. Let me know what you guys thought about the interview. Let me know how you guys felt. Make sure you guys share this. Tag me and Natalie in your stories on your favorite parts. I'll be chopping this down into segments. And let me know what you guys thought about the interview in the comments. Thank you guys for showing up. This has been another installment of the Armon Wiggins Show. I will upload the audio onto my podcast so you guys can listen to the audio version where you get your podcast. Okay, so I love you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I want you to keep that same energy, and I'll see you soon. Okay, peace out. Loving you is like blowing water, baby. You give me the